Pfeiffer's arriving. Welcome to the Pfeiffer's DD991 podcast. I'm looking at myself in the camera and I'm making a funny face while I talk like Mr. Krabs, but I don't care because it's episode, I think, 62. And it's Rocky, Gilly, Thumper, and Mick. And today we're going to talk about whatever we want, and I know Jay wants to start off with the rant. That's also Gilly. You may go.
Here, give me a minute here. I had the motherfucker pulled up. And the motherfucker somehow must have X'd out of it. But, all right. Give me a minute. Hold on now.
Hey, it's not a problem, sailor. We'll stand
Yeah.
by.
So to go into what he's going to talk about,
I
were talking about this last night after the podcast while I was because I was cooking and all that, and all the stuff. And I was
searching for different sauces. I could search for different sauces that I could have, right? Like Blue Salt came out with a new sauce, right? I was like, so I was trying to find the ingredients on it, right? Then he showed me his sweet chili sauce that he gets,
Really good, by the way. Use it on egg rolls, spring rolls. You can put it on crab rangoons. You can put it on chili, like beef, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Well, first, since I can't find, we talked about, me and Hodges talked about last night, plant-based fucking chicken, right? No. Leave the fucking meat the fuck alone. Get rid of the plant-based, all that bullshit, the meat. See, here's what the fucking nuggets look like. It don't even look very fucking good. Tell you. Here. If I can blow this one up here. Look at that fucking meat. Does that look like real fucking chicken?
No.
Looks like it should be wiggling.
Yes. I told Thumper last night, I said, that looks like fucking worms come out of dog's asshole when they got worms.
That's what Lovecraft would write about,
But I mean, leave that fucking shit the fuck alone. Chickens. I mean, I get it. People with alpha-gal, right? They want like the beef on the beef side, right? I get that. But it ain't very good for you either. How they make it. It's not.
Yep.
Because I tried the plant-based burgers, right? Before I found the Evian ostrich. I was getting tired of the chicken, the seafood, right? And turkey, right? Because you will get tired of it after a while. But I said, man, these ain't very fucking good. I tried them out in Colorado. The crumbles, right? Made sloppy joes with them. They wasn't very fucking good. But leave the fucking chicken alone, too. Leave the fuck alone, because that's fucking bullshit. And now they got fucking plant-based fucking fish.
What?
Yes.
Fishless fillets.
That's what I was trying to. I was going to start off with that first, and the chicken pulled up first.
You can look up that one brand. It's Gardein.
Well, I'm back on Walmart's website, so.
But they have, there's places that have plant-based salmon fillets, vegan sashimi. Like, what the fuck? You can't do that. Like, tuna. It's not tuna, but it's supposed to taste like tuna. It's plant-based.
So vegan? Weird. Oreos.
Yeah. Oreos are
always
actually
like
vegan.
the smell of fish, guys.
Here we go. Found the fucking fish.
Clean.
Found the fish so you can see what it looks like, so our people knows what it looks like too.
But yeah, I had my ex-girlfriend. Her son is allergic to everything, and he has to eat vegan. So that one of the only things he can eat is Oreos, as far as a dessert goes.
Look at that. That don't look too bad on the outside, right? I mean, just looks like a normal battered fish, right?
Yeah.
That ain't fish. That ain't fucking fish.
No.
Yeah, and I see the tuna last night. I said, what the fuck? I've never tried the vegan Oreos. I never was a sweet guy at all.
Well, all Oreos are vegan.
Well, true.
Yeah,
but
that was my point. Even some of the garbage food of the world is vegan.
Yeah.
But here's the fucking salmon, what it looks like. Right there. That does not look like fucking salmon at all.
Dude, that looks like one of them fucking strawberry wafer cookies you ate as a kid.
Yeah.
Like
Or fucking, yeah, I was going to say sponge too.
A sponge.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Did they 3D print those things or what?
I don't know, but
That's what it
No.
reminds me of. Like 3D printed food, like from the future.
Yeah.
Fucking
yeah, I mean,
gross.
that's fucking stupid right there. Just leave this shit the fuck alone, people.
Yeah.
You know,
Or just eat the damn tuna. Like, I don't get what the thing is. If you don't want to eat animal flesh, why would you want to taste something that tastes like animal flesh if you're opposed to eating animal flesh? Like,
Because
Now,
you
Will-
know deep down inside that you're supposed to eat animal flesh with vegetables and fruits and grains. And you're supposed to eat it proportionally good so that you don't screw up anything and don't die from a vitamin deficiency. That's really why, but they tell you that crap because they're fucking retards.
well put. Well
And
put.
that's a Whiskey Tango Foxtrot for you motherfuckers that think that way. And don't use, what the fuck is wrong with you? Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. I try to make the shirt a theme.
Yeah, this is a new coffee I'm drinking. It's decaffeinated, and they filter all the solids out of it, so it's just as clear as water and it has no caffeine. Now, how much sense did that just make?
Not
Not too
'Cause
much.
because I know, like me, if I drank coffee because of caffeine in it, right? When I did drink it, now I can't have it 'cause it makes me too jittery, right?
Hmm.
And if people's like, well, you can drink decaf, I'm like, fuck that, no, ain't happening.
No. This morning, I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night. I just kind of tossed and turned, and so
Yep.
I was at that wired kind of tired, you know?
What happened,
Yeah.
dude?
Oh, nothing. Just in general, I just didn't sleep well last night, and so when I woke up, I was just kind of like that overstimulated kind of tired, and I knew the coffee wouldn't do me any fucking good, so I just didn't drink any. And now I'm having a cup of coffee. I'm fine now. But back to what
Usually-
Keely was saying, you know, if you're gonna drink the coffee, drink the coffee. If not, don't. Like,
Yep.
I hate those nights when you got to toss and turn and you can't get rest.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
you know you have to get up at a certain time and you have to do
Mhm.
all these things, whether it's get your kids ready for school or whatever, or feed
Yep.
the animals. You're like, God, I don't want to do this. It's 2:35 and I still haven't fallen asleep. I've been in bed for 2 hours or 3 hours, 4 hours, right?
and then you get really comfy an hour before the alarm goes off.
Yeah, yeah. You know that meme of like The Simpsons where it has like Homer Simpson and he's laying in bed all night?
Yes, I've seen that one. Uh-oh, I think Rocky hiccuped.
Yep, he did.
Again. Frozen.
Frozen in time. That reminds you of that pose right there?
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Jazz
Han Solo.
hands.
Han Solo.
We'll
Yeah,
give him
he's
a
been-
few minutes on that one, though.
This is 4 days in a row for him having problems with his internet.
Yep.
He's get a repeater or something.
I don't know. They must be doing something with his internet out there.
Yep. Got to. Because unless, I mean, they might have cut a line somewhere, too. And they just haven't found it yet.
Yeah, he just fell off.
Just haven't done an invite, just in case.
I know it's not one of us because we're still on live. I mean,
Yeah, I
it's
know.
still on live, so.
I know. But in the meantime, I found this last night about tetanus shots of people with alpha gal.
Oh, yeah.
Tetanus shots, huh?
Yep. All right. Oh, I got to share
Is
sound.
a tetanus vaccine, is it somehow like bovine derived?
Well, just listen on this one.
I've watched this guy. He's good.
Shot, right? Well, that's what we've been told. The tetanus shot changed everything for me. It was the last toxin I ever had injected in my body and made me so incredibly sick that it forced me to look into what was actually in it. Believe it or not, tetanus vaccines are usually made from rotting organs, something worth knowing if you're vegan or vegetarian. They use cow heart and boil it in water to create an environment for Clostridium tetani, the bacteria that produces the tetanus toxin, to grow. They then neutralize the toxin with formaldehyde and mix it with aluminum adjuvants. No wonder it made me feel like death. Another thing that people should know is that tetanus doesn't even come from from rust at all. It actually comes from a bacteria that lives in horse or cow manure and sometimes soil or dust. So unless you're working on a farm or walking barefoot through manure, your risk of tetanus is extremely low. And if you have a milk allergy, the tetanus vaccine contains casein and can cause fatal anaphylaxis, yet most people are never warned about this. Getting the booster every 10 years is also another vaccine schedule joke, as studies have shown that there's no difference in protection between people who get the booster every 10 years versus those who receive it every 30. But here's the wildest part. Even if you're one of the less than 30 cases in the US each year and you actually get exposed through a deep oxygen deprived wound, an additional shot, which is the protocol, wouldn't even help you because it takes 2 to 7 weeks to build antibodies after the shot. If you're already infected, it's too late. Instead, just take 1 gram of vitamin C, preferably from a whole food source, for 5 to 7 days. In a clinical study, this approach resulted in 100% survival in children with tetanus and significantly reduced mortality in adults. We don't need more vaccines. We need more truth and a little more vitamin C.
Yep.
Some truth to that too, because right before I got this is about 6-7 months before I found out I had alpha-gal. I had to get a tetanus shot because my work made me do it because my booster. They said booster was up, right? The job I did. Okay, fine. And then I started breaking out because of that shit. I didn't know they had all that. I didn't know I was allergic to a lot of that shit either, like beef or beef and all that. So this is my suggestion to alpha-gal people. Just as says, my opinion over it. You can do whatever the fuck you want. If they tell you to get a tetanus shot and you know you got alpha-gal and you have a bad reaction, the beef, do not get it. That's my opinion. You can do whatever the fuck you want. But you got to know your medicines too, people.
Yep.
Because a lot of doctors will not tell you. Yeah.
I've never asked you this before because I don't know.
Yeah.
If you were to eat a hamburger with cheese right now, what would it do to you? How do you react?
8 to 12 hours later, see, mine hit between 8 to 12 hours.
Okay.
I will get fucking explosive diarrhea, like someone gave me cold blow, right? The biggest bottle of cold blow, right? And I turned red like a tomato with hives.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. And it was just like medicine. I was on blood pressure medicine too until they found I had alpha-gal. Lisinopril. That made my lips swell up, and I was off for fucking 4 or 5 years. So people, they're not always going to tell you got to fucking research what's in your medicine. Because even the pharmacists don't know what's in a lot of medicine. They know what some of it is, but some of it is trademarked, so they don't even fucking know.
Yeah, it's proprietary, yeah.
So you got to be very, very careful on medicines. Like my doctors, I'm making research it. Like, no, I'm not going to be your fucking guinea pig. You're going to do the research first. Now if you say 80% it's safe, then I might think about taking it. But if you give me a 50-50 shot, fuck you, I ain't taking it. I'm not. Just like
that's why I'm glad so far I'm not on any medication of no kind.
Yeah. Well, it's just like blood thinners. We can't have blood thinners at all because it's got mammal in it. That people with alpha-gal did not know they had, or they knew they had alpha-gal, but the doctors didn't know the blood thinners would make it react. They almost died in the hospital.
Oh shit, that's not good.
So even doctors, like when I get a sick CAT scan, right? They wouldn't do CAT scan because I can't have a regular MRI because of the shit in my neck, the hardware in my neck. So they'll give me a CAT scan. So when they pump that dye into me, on that contrast, they fucking shoot me up with fucking Benadryl and IV first before they give it to me, just in case I have an allergic reaction to it.
Okay, that's informative.
But I seen that last night. I was like, that goes along with kind of with me talking about giving plant-based fucking fish a fucking hell.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
That plant-based stuff, man, it has that thing going on where it's just got all the stuff that's bad for you to eat routinely. You want to do a little seed oil here and there. A little bit, get a little spike in omega-6s. It ain't the end of the world. It's not the end of the world if you eat a little soy here and there, but these plant-based fucking meats, man, they are just crammed full of that shit. And if you make any kind of a routine diet around it, man, you're consuming a lot more of that crap than your body can handle, really.
Yeah. Well, it's like Mick, when I couldn't eat red meat no more, my B12 levels was fucking in the dumps. And I was taking supplements, and those supplements wasn't even bringing it up at all. You know, and then I started eating emu and ostrich. Dude, they skyrocketed like a motherfucker. I started feeling better. I wasn't sick all the fucking time. You know, so the fucking real food, people, that's your true medicine, in my opinion, right there.
Yeah, food is medicine, man. Totally.
You know,
Did you send Rock
100%
another
agree.
invite?
huh? What bit?
You sent Rock another invite? He just sent a text.
Oh yeah, yeah. This will be a third one.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
But yeah, man, the closest you can get to good natural food, you know, and
Yeah.
the body that results from eating food like that, you know,
Yeah.
that's going to be your biggest, you know, medicine right there is
Yeah.
that good nutrition and the prevention it provides.
Well, it's just like salmon, right? A lot of people don't like skin on salmon, right? But there's a lot of nutrients in that fucking flesh. It really is.
Sure.
You know?
It's like potatoes, man. I always fucking eat skin on whenever I can.
Exactly. I don't peel my potatoes, period.
Oh, hell no.
You know, especially when making them. I don't care if it's russet, baby reds, fucking golden Yukons, right? I don't. You know, I put them on the fucking smoker. I have, motherfucker.
I don't know if he got that last call.
Dude, I've sent him fucking 4 invites.
Smoked twice baked potato?
Well, I just smoked those potatoes last night and then mashed them up, put some bone broth gravy, chicken bone broth gravy on it.
I was going to ask you, how was that?
It was delicious. It was fucking delicious, dude. Oh, it was so good.
Yep.
It was that gravy, man. It actually is really nice and it's got a really good like creaminess to it. And so when I got the potatoes off the smoker and then I mashed them up. I put some sour cream in it and some raw milk and then mashed them up really good. And then a little bit of Parmesan cheese, just a little bit, not a lot. And then I poured that gravy over it. And dude, it was fucking killer. And then the chicken, crispy fucking perfect fucking skin, super juicy on the inside, and the fucking flavor was just.
Nick, since you wasn't here yesterday, I'll show you. Since you wasn't here yesterday, I'll show you what his chicken looked like.
Oh, he sent a picture.
I sent it in.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I
forgot.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I saw it. It looked great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to move to Missouri just so I'm in driving distance of fucking Thumper's Grill.
But yeah, I mean, and I looked up that kid, and this is for people that had an Alpha Gale too. Just because it says chicken on it does not mean it does not have fucking mammal products in it. Because that gravy he's talking about, it does. I looked it up. I was like, motherfucker.
It's got gelatin. Yeah.
Yep.
And I have gelatin here. I have gelatin here that is it's a bovine gelatin, and it's type 1, type 2, type 3 protein. And so like I can make gummy bears and stuff, but Gilly can't eat them because of the gelatin.
Yep. There's Rocky's back. Yeah. So,
dude, I don't know what's up with the internet. It's been shoddy.
Dude, I sent you 4 fucking invites. That's the 4th one I sent you.
I was offline. Like I was like, it's not coming to my phone either. I'm like, if we call, you know, I have Zoom on the phone, so I'm like, okay, if the phone rings, I'll do it from the phone because I don't have to use internet. I can use data to get on there and talk.
Yeah. Right.
But I don't know. I don't know what's up. Maybe
it's
the CIA. They're mad at us, even though 25 people watch us.
No, they're mad. They're more mad at you for something because they're fucking with your internet, not ours.
Yeah, because I'm probably telling the truth about some shit they don't like, and
I do think they are that petty. I do agree with that.
No, dude, they are, dude. There's podcasts where like you hear some stupid, crazy crap. Like there's this one called Deep Underground Military Bases by the Confessionals. And while they're talking, the government is tapping the phone and you hear this click, click. You know how tapping the phone makes that certain noise, especially in the early days, like the 70s and the 60s and the 80s and all that shit? Well, the same kind of thing. And it's like, they don't like it. They don't like it when people tell the truth and expose the bad stuff.
expose them for what they truly are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned you were using bone broth gravy. Last
Yeah.
probably 4 or 5 months, my wife has been starting her morning off with a hot mug of chicken bone broth.
Yeah.
And it's got like 10 grams of protein and all sorts of nutrients, and it gets her going just about as good of a cup as a cup of coffee, if not better.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. That stuff it's supercharged. I mean, that stuff is
Yep.
good for you, man. And then like, so I only use like all my my broths I made. So I have them frozen. I have chicken broth and beef broth in my freezer. I got a bunch. And
Yeah, I do the same thing. Whenever I get fatty cuts, I'll take all the fat trimmings, I'll crock pot it to get the tallow off, filter it, and then what's left, freeze it for gravy.
yep. And then like back before I was getting those rotisserie chickens from the grocery store, they
Yeah.
pre-cook them. I think you
Yeah.
can get them from Costco too, you know, like they're hot and ready to go. After you get done eating that, you just throw all the whole carcass in a pot with vegetables and
Yep.
boil the shit out of it, you know.
That's what I do. I take
Works
the
great.
carcass, I boil the hell out of it with mirepoix, strain it out when I'm done, and then I take the rest of the chicken carcass and I hand pick all the meat that was left on it, and all that makes a perfect pot of chicken soup.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I
I
can't
do
believe
that.
there's people out there that actually waste chicken skeletons.
Yeah, I don't waste any of that.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys that do waste the chicken skeletons. I'll admit it. I do. You know, there's times I'm just too lazy to make the fucking broth. I am.
I like making it. I think it's fun to fill a stock pot and just go to town.
Yep. So it's like I got ostrich bones and EB bones, right? And the freezer downstairs. And I haven't used them yet because then they start selling the fucking EB ostrich broth.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the real question.
Yeah.
Do you have Liberty insurance?
Fuck no. Oh,
So
why?
you don't worry about the
Because
email, like the Liberty
emu.
email.
Oh yeah.
I had to ask, dude. I know it's fucking silly and
Oh.
stupid, but it's fucking funny too in the
Yes.
plain sense.
Someone
like
asked me about the Liberty EB, right? When the first time I was eating it. You know, they're like, "Is that same EB you see on TV?" I said, "Yep, same one." I said, "He's just dead now." I said, "He's in my fucking freezer, just like a deer."
Y'all ever take roasted bone marrow and mix it in with mashed potatoes?
I used to on the beef when I was eating beef. Fuck
Yeah.
yes, fuck yes.
Yeah. High nutrition density, great flavor. Just
Yep.
marrow makes everything better, bro.
Well, it's like, ostrich necks, right? Dude, I fucking did boil them. I smoked those, and then I put them in a pot and braised them, kind of like oxtail, right?
Yeah, right.
Dude, that shit was just fucking. I mean, it was just like eating beef again.
That sounds great, man.
I mean, emu has a beefy taste. Don't get me wrong. Ostrich does too, right?
Yeah.
But this was more of a beefy taste coming from those neck bones right there.
Yeah.
Just,
Well, that's the thing about the fucking tough muscles, man. A lot of the time, like you get beef cheeks, beef tongue,
yep.
The necks, a lot of them high use tough muscles, oxtail. Once you get them cooked right, man, they got the most flavor.
Oh yes. But the thing is, a lot of people don't know how to cook them because they think they can cook them fast. You can't.
Ooh,
Low
and slow, baby. Either braise or smoke or crock
now
pot.
you can put them up. Now you can put them on the smoker, right? And I do that, but then you still got to braise them, to get them fucking tender.
Sure, yeah, you gotta freaking get your mop sauce and you gotta hose them down every now and again.
I just put them in the fucking, once I get the smoke that I want on them, then I just put them in my Dutch oven, put them back on the smoker with fucking, some juicy, some fucking broth and all that, right? And just let it go down.
It works
like
too,
that.
man. Yeah.
I think that was the longest cook I ever did on the fucking barrel so far, and that took me. I braised it for 4 fucking hours, right there.
Braise the beef.
The emu necks.
Oh, dude, we braise beef, and it's like 18 to 24 hours.
Yeah.
Now, Berea is braised, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's I don't know the meaning of braised. I'm like, how the fuck is that braised? It's fucking boiled. It's cooked. It's it's in a stew kind of thing.
Well, all braised really means is just low and slow in liquid.
Yeah, low and slow, that is the tempo, like the fucking
Yeah,
Beastie Boys. Or slow and low, that is the tempo.
Vic,
yeah,
here's
yeah. You
what the
got
sorry.
you're doing it like 275 for like 3.5 hours. That's braised.
See,
Yeah,
that's what it looks like when it's done, Vic.
Oh,
that
All
looks
the boat,
that looks pretty good actually.
all of it.
bro, you're killing me.
And I'm gonna get fucking. I got more now that I just haven't done it in a while. Yeah, dude, those will make some badass fucking tacos right there. Those
What you paying a pound for? What you paying a pound for emu?
good. Depends on the cut. Here, I'll just show you instead of telling.
Okay,
What
all
kind of
right.
cuts do they have available? Is it like sirloin or fucking
That's what I'm gonna show you. I still
ribeye
gotta.
or porterhouse,
I still got to order. Hopefully it ain't out.
New
Can you
York
get
So
leg?
real,
steak,
Can you get leg shanks? Do you get the marrow?
Let me show you what they have.
real quick, while he's looking that up, that to braise something, you have to sear it and then simmer it in some liquid. That's the actual definition of braising. Is you
Okay.
sear that meat off and then lock in that flavor, and then you put it into a liquid and simmer it. Over time.
Oh,
That's
dude.
that's the true definition of it.
And like,
Gotta
we
get that
leave it
sear
in
in there.
there. We leave that stuff in there long enough to where you pick up the piece of meat and it's falling
Falls
apart.
apart. Mm-hmm.
It's falling apart. So you pull the fat out, you pull the sinew out, you pull this like elastic shit out. Looks like fucking veins or something. But I
Yeah.
think it's like I don't know what it is. It's not I
No,
don't
it's
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 not
it's probably
cartilage.
veins.
And
It's
we
probably
pull
veins.
I pull like I'm the one that handles it, right? So I pull everything out, every little bone I feel or chip of bone. If I feel it, I get it the fuck out of there, right?
Yep.
So I'm doing that, and my wife and my other employee, they're going through the broth and they're sending it through a strainer to get rid of all the I guess you would say impurities and fat and grease or whatever, so that all that's left is just the birria broth and the oil.
Yep.
And then when, we use that oil, we separate the oil from the broth, actually. We take the oil out of the broth and we use that to dip the taco in to make the orange looking the orange. You know how it looks orange brown?
Yeah.
Now, do you use annatto for that?
A what?
Do you use annatto to make that
No.
orange color?
No. That is
Okay.
what comes out with the spices and the chilies and everything we use. It's really pretty. It's like burnt orange. You know, like how orange is pretty cool, but burnt orange is a cooler color. It's
Yeah.
burnt orange. It's like this dark, almost red orange, but it's the oil, and this oil, man, you dip the taco in it, and my wife will cook it.
The tortilla. Oh,
Yeah, the
yes.
tortilla, dip the tortilla in it, and then, she'll put the stuff on top and we'll cook the inside and the outside like that, but mainly just the outside. And man, it makes it crunchy. It makes it crunchy and soft at the same time.
It's
And
almost like a
it doesn't-
pambazo.
yeah, it does not dry the meat out because, I like the beef and the chicken. So, oh man, I'm making myself hungry thinking about it because I ate one today. I ate a quesadilla today. My wife made a ultimate cheesy quesadilla, right? So this
I haven't
thing,
eaten all day, so this
dude,
is
it's got
killing me
like
right now.
3 different types of cheese in it. It's got like the quesadilla cheese, the nacho cheese, and like the regular cheese that we use or American cheese. And man, it's so good.
See, like
Is
the
that fresh
pambazo,
tortilla?
they take
I've had her
that
switch out.
bun.
I've had her switch out the nacho cheese and put the queso in it. So we cook something with queso with the quesadilla cheese and the American cheese, or it's like the Mexican blend. It's yellow and white. And man, it still tastes great. But the queso just does something extra to it.
Nick, here's what they cost per pound. Just EB, right?
Just emu.
$13 for just a ground with duck fat, right? That's gone up $2 right there.
That's like over twice as much.
Leg bones $5, 2-pack. The rub $11 drumstick. That's a good cut, right? But you got to cook that bitch slow to get that bitch tender.
Yeah.
ED Next, 621. Marinade ED Flat Fillet, zesty. I've had this one's pretty good. 20 bucks, say 1950. The heart fan fillet. This is the best one on the ED cut. The fan fillet. It's fucking $20.
Holy shit, dude!
Oh, just wait. It fucking gets
crazy, bro.
All right. That's just ED. Now the ostrich.
Hey, we're almost to 1,000 views on Facebook. I mean, on YouTube.
No shit.
Yeah, we got 960 views. That's pretty cool.
The corn ostrich rump, $55. That's already cooked though, seasoned everything.
Still though,
ostrich wings, these are pretty fucking big wings. $25. $15 just the ostrich meat with no fat in it. Say $15.70 for that. The ground ostrich with duck, $16.75.
Cool.
Ostrich bone broth, the faux broth for faux, $11. The ostrich pure bone broth, pure clear, no spices, $10.45. I'm buying this one right here, faux, because it's got the star anise on ginger in it, everything in it that you need.
Man, that is crazy.
Savory broth is good, $10.95. That was good too. Ostrich soup barrel bones, fucking $3, say $4, right?
I'd buy that, yeah.
I haven't bought that one yet. Ostrich steak is $11.48. That one ain't bad. That's a lot more tender than the ED is. Ostrich really is. Ostrich fillet, $12.23. Ostrich tenderloin, $14.68, and that's a really good cut too. Ostrich fan fillet, $14.68, right there. Oh,
man, ain't none of that cheap.
No, just they got the duck too. Let me show you here. Duck bacon, $14.70, which is pretty good right there. But you don't want to fucking put it in the fry because it'll get tough on you quick. You try to fry it because it's already cooked anyways. Roasted half duck, $20. Ground duck, $11. Breakfast sausage, $11. Hot and spicy. This is pretty good if you like spicy. Italian, $11. This is my favorite. The duck maple breakfast sausage right there.
I got to ask you, Gilly, with all that water down there in the Ozarks and whatnot, there's got to be some good follow hunting down there. You ever?
Well, there is, but it's fucking so goddamn expensive to even duck hunt now.
Really?
Yes. I mean, the fucking stamps you got to buy is outrageous. The fucking rounds, the fucking ammo you got to buy has got to be the steel shot, not no lead in it. And plus, there's so many fucking duck ponds now, right? In like from northern Missouri all the way down, right? So they got so many places to land versus what they used to fucking 20, 30 years ago.
So shooting your food really ain't not much of an option for you.
No. And plus, like the mallards and all that, a lot of the ducks don't come down until it gets really cold because Missouri, somewhat during duck season, is not getting cold enough to push them down from the north.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you still got the teal and all that, right? The wood ducks, okay. But I want the mallards, eating the mallards. Play some, And that's why I always had hunt labs because I duck hunted. And I'm telling you, I don't put a dog around ice, period. Because you'll lose a dog quicker around ice. Because they'll break through that ice and they can't get back out of that ice sometimes.
Oh, yep. No, they can't.
Because I almost fucked up one time. I was fucking goose hunting. Not around I was around water, but I was away from the water. Well, I shot the duck or the goose. It was going down. It went down in the fucking corner and had been iced over. And my fucking dog, he was fucking getting that motherfucker no matter what. He leaped from the bank onto the ice, broke through the ice. Luckily, he was strong enough that he broke through enough where he could turn around. And that was my best dog. I was like, man, I done lost my fucking dog on this one. But that's why I quit duck hunting because it don't get cold enough down here during duck season. When it starts getting cold, it starts icing over. That's when ducks come down now.
Okay. Well, shit.
Now the river, if you got a good river boat, like on the Missouri or something like that, that's great duck hunt. for that. But you don't want to put a dog in Missouri River or the Mississippi. You do not, because you ain't gonna get that dog back.
Bit of a fast
Feel
flowing.
that current's so fucking strong.
Yeah.
There's only a few rivers in Missouri that I would ever consider duck hunting, where the current is not strong at all. The water is not really rushing right at all. That would be it. So yeah, I mean, you gotta be careful on that shit. But that shit ain't cheap. That's why a lot of people that have the alpha-gal, they can't eat the way I do because they can't afford it.
That sucks.
Like the zesty treacle duck sausage, that is pretty fucking good. I've ground that up and used that for fucking tacos too. Because it's already seasoned, so you don't have to put no more seasoning into it at all.
Sure.
Let me show you what the chicken cost. Real quick, I was gonna get to that.
You can't eat regular chicken?
Oh, I can have chicken, but they sell chickens too.
Oh, okay. This is just their site, right? So you don't have to buy this chicken.
Yeah, no. 1922 for whole fucking chicken right there.
Well, 2 pack of quarters for $4.30 is not bad.
No, but the whole chicken, goddamn. But their chicken is pretty fucking good. But it's a smaller chicken too. But
yeah, but you can get that shit at Costco for like $7.
Yeah, but Costco and all that, just like Sam's, is pump for hormones too to get them bigger too. And that's the problem. These ain't pump for hormones, at all. So, but they're good. I've ordered them. They're great. Now I don't eat the chicken breast because I don't. No, since I use thighs, fuck the breast, man. The only time I eat breast meat is when I do a whole chicken. That's it.
Yeah. Well, breast meat's good for making homemade nuggets.
Well, actually, the best thing for homemade nuggets since I got ground chicken is better than breast meat because it's already into a paste, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, you just got to add your eggs. Sorry, ground, so you just got to add your eggs and all that. Keep it binder. That's it.
Yep.
I'm done that. I was like, fuck chopping up chicken breast, right? Like people show you on the internet, right?
Use a food processor. You don't chop that shit up, man. That's too much work.
Oh, you chop it up first and you put it in a food processor.
Well, right. Yeah, you cube it first, then you throw it in there.
Because I got a food processor. I'm like, oh, fuck that. I'm going to use fucking chicken or ground chicken for that. That's like, there's times I make my own hot dogs, add them to ground turkey, ground chicken. And I've made about ground emu, ground sausage too. Caseless dogs. I've done that. That's until I found the fucking turkey sausage, the skinless turkey sausage I could have. I was like, fuck making this shit. On it.
Well, hell, I've learned a lot today so far. How about you guys?
Oh yeah, we talk about food all the time when it comes to like cooking and stuff. Like, well, Gilly and I especially, we
oh fuck,
we always talk fucking food.
It's like it'd be a little tape dude too, all that, because I mean, I think us, I mean, besides Beck on here, us three cook the most. Me, Little Tate, Hodges, plus Beck too. He cooks too. So, and Rocky cooks too. So don't be wrong.
Well, Rocky cooks for a living though. It's kind of a different standard.
Yeah. It's a different kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a love for it, but it's a business where it's for us. Yeah. It's what I mean. I've been fucking. Even when I didn't have to cook, I like to cook.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of like for me. It's just like it's a passion because I always loved cooking when I was a little kid. And now it's turned into. Plus, it's like therapy now for me.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people is. And that's why a lot of people that have PTSD, they do cook.
Sure.
It's therapy.
Well, it gives your hands and gives your hands and your brain something to do all at the same time. Your hands got to be doing the work. Your brain's got to be figuring out the temperatures and times and ratios of spices and so on.
Well, you guys watched me make my rub yesterday, and I didn't measure anything. You saw me just dumping things in, and I go by what I know and what I've done my entire life. I don't measure anything.
Well, all the best cooks, man, are a splash of this and a dab of this and a pinch of that.
Yep.
But the but the only downside to that, because I do the same thing, right? The only downside to that is if you're wanting to write shit down, right? Say for your kids, right? One day,
Ain't easy. Yeah.
no, because they're not going to understand splash this, splash that, right? And then you try to fucking measure it out, right? It's not the same. It really ain't. You know, because I found that out when I was writing those 2 cookbooks for people that have alpha-gal. So I was like, man, I don't measure it a lot. Some things I did measure, some things I don't. And I'm like, then I had to measure everything, make sure everything's right. I had to cook all those meals 2 or 3 times to get the measurements just right on them, the way I like it. You know, of course, River, he's like, you can't put that in the book until I approve it, because he's my taste tester.
Oh.
And at that time, he was only 9. So if a 9-year-old fucking likes it, and he's very fucking picky when it comes to food, you know, because for a long time he was just like chicken nuggets and fries. That's it. The longest time.
Kids, man.
Yeah. His stuff. That's like his first steak. His actual first steak was actually ostrich steak. You know, that he loves.
Really?
It. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Just stuff. He's like, Dad, this is fucking tender. I was like, yeah. It's all about how you cook it, son. You know. Like sometimes I'll smoke my steaks. Sometimes I'll reverse sear them, right? And sometimes I don't. It depends on what I want to do with it, right? Because a lot of times I'll slice it up, you know, real thin, and I'll put that bitch in fucking ramen. You know?
Yeah.
Yes, but like even like when I was cooking ribeyes, I put those bitches on the fucking offset that I had at the time. Dude, I would cook those low and slow, about 225, right? I never reverse seared them. Everyone's like, you got to sear them. I said, just taste it first before you judge it, right? And they did. I said, they had the guy, this, can I have a knife? I said, you don't need a knife with this one. The way this one's been marinated and all that. And this cut of ribeye, you ain't gonna need it. And they're like, you're right. You know, I mean, I'm like my brother, he sears everything, right? On it. He either sears it first or reverse sears it, right? You know, like I know Hodges, I know Thumper, he fucking sears his, whether it's, you know, direct, you know, first or after, right?
For the most part, I don't always, but
yeah.
I mean, it depends on how I feel, you know, like there's days where I won't do anything as far as searing goes. I mean, it's going to naturally sear some anyways, but
oh yeah,
you know,
it's like whenever I make beef stew, man, that beef has always got to get fucking seared off first.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the best thing to do for a stew anyways, because normally you're cooking a tougher piece of meat anyways, you know, so you sear that in to hold the moisture in, and that, you know, and then you break it down cooking it slow.
One thing I like to do is I like to take the beef and cube it up good, and then take a plastic bag and not fill it full, but put flour in it and dust it all, get it all coated in flour. And then when you sear it off, it makes this really great crust. And as the stew cooks down, all that flour starch gets into it and it starts thickening it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you do that and you take your carrots and your potatoes and you cut them small so the starch gets out of them too, most times you don't need to add anything to thicken up the gravy. It just makes itself.
Yeah, because you already got the thickener in there, so you don't have to add no cornstarch to it at all.
Nope. You're just cooking the starch right out of it and into the liquid. Yeah. We're boring, Thumper.
No, I'm just tired.
Yeah,
I've been lazy. Buddy. I've been lazy.
I didn't sleep for shit last night, so I'm exhausted myself.
No, yesterday, Mick, I forgot to send you the invite though later. I was like, oh fuck, because I was gonna do it, right? Then we got going. I'm like halfway through, I was like, damn, I didn't send Mick an invite. I was like, oh fuck. I said, I didn't know if he was gonna come on yesterday or not, so I was like, I'll send him one just in case. So I know he likes to work out after gets off work and stuff. So
yep. Well, I didn't go to work yesterday. I stayed home.
Oh, okay.
I played the hooky.
Oh yes.
But I didn't check my phone. And so, you know, by the time I saw the email, it was like mostly all the way through. I'm like, I'm just gonna sit this out.
Yeah, we was already done time you sent that message anyway, so we had just finished up.
That's all good.
Where the hell Rocky go?
The hell was that sound?
Oh, I had to think about you out. I had some fucking phlegm.
It sounded like my dog when she glorps.
Yep.
Yeah.
All that happens because I got bad fucking drainage. So, look, you should hear me in the fucking mornings. And I've been like that for years. Shit, for the longest time, I thought it's because I smoked.
Yeah.
Then I quit smoking. After a year not smoking, still there. I was like, no, this is fucking allergies right here. That doctor confirmed it for me, so I was like, okay. No, but I wish they sold the emu fucking eggs, man. And ostrich eggs. Wish they
There's
did.
got to be. I bet you there's a place around here that sells them.
Well, that like Rocky's barber, he said he might be able to get his hands on some when we get out there. Because there's someone he knows, someone that raises them. Big had to get something to eat. Look at him. Down like a fucking caveman.
Just made a new batch of jerky.
Wow.
Let's see here.
Speaking of jerky, right? I see these motherfuckers online, like the Smoking Meat Facebook page, right? They're fucking like, well, you got to smoke your jerky at 200 degrees. I put on one of them. I said, no, that's too fun. You're cooking it. You don't want to cook it.
Yeah.
I said, no.
Try it.
I said, here's how I do mine. I said, whether it's deer, beef, or fucking emu or ostrich. I said, I don't go no higher than 150 at all on it. And I said also too, where's your curing salt on it? Because the way you're making it with no curing salt, I said, you're gonna have to put that bitch in the refrigerator. It ain't gonna last very long. Unless you just eat it right away.
So, hey, Gilly.
Yeah.
There's a Burdett ostrich farm here in Iowa. It's a natural free-range Iowa ostrich meat.
Really?
It's in Alden, Iowa.
Do they have a website?
Yeah.
Do they ship or anything, or just sell locally?
Orders can be placed via email or phone. But they don't have... Let me see if they have eggs. So their ground ostrich is $13 a pound. They have a tenderloin, which is 1.5 to 2.5 pound packages. Their fillet is a 6 ounce. It's $12 each. Whole muscle fillet is $30 per pound. Fan is 4.5 pound packages. Or 4 to 5 pound packages, sorry.
Yep.
They have summer sausage even $16 for 12 ounces.
But the problem you run with that summer sausage, what type of casing do they use for it?
I don't know.
There's an ostrich farm too out there like Utah. Well, I've had an order for before, right? I ordered ostrich meatballs, right? That they already had formed up, the frozen ones. Oh, that's okay. I got it back. It's got dairy products, in it. So you got to be careful. The reason I buy from Emerald Hills, the guy that started this, he's got Alpha Gal. So everything that he's made and created, whether it be recipes, is all for Alpha Gal people. Yeah. Where a lot of these farms ain't. Like you talk about the summer sausage, that does sound great right there.
So it started out originally as a fertilizer service, the business.
Yep.
They used the ostriches because it was founded in 1994.
Yeah.
You can contact him. I have contact information here.
Yeah, send me
the owner. The owner, I mean, he has his phone number on here. And
yeah, send me the link. I'll reach out to him on that one.
Yeah,
because if they use, because you can make summer sausage without a casing too. I've done that with deer.
Yeah,
if they do it like that, they're great. But I gotta know they're Alpha Gal friendly too. That's the thing.
There you
Yep.
go.
Yep.
Send it.
But a lot of places like that, they don't sell the fucking eggs because they want to rehatch them. They want to hatch
Yeah,
them.
it doesn't look like they do.
Yep.
Which sucks.
Which
There's also no guarantee they're going to taste very good either.
Apparently on Amazon you can buy eggs.
that's just a shell.
On Amazon?
I think so. Because what I found before was just a shell, eggshell. Like here, they sell the eggshell for $20, right?
Yeah, on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. That's where.
No. They got it. Premium ostrich egg. Oh, eggshell. Fucking egg. That's yeah. It's got a fucking hole in it. Why do they do that? That's fucking stupid.
Well, to ship those motherfuckers, I mean, you ain't gonna really break them, right? I mean, it takes a lot to open those motherfuckers up.
Yeah.
But they're so fucking big too. You ain't gonna be able to order anything else. That box is gonna be fucking huge.
There's literally, I put in ostrich eggs to eat on Amazon.
Yeah.
And as I'm scrolling, there's an energy drink called Pussy Natural Energy Drink.
Oh my god!
What?
I'm not lying.
Send that to me. Send that to me. I want to share it. I gotta see this.
Yeah.
I'll send it to my messenger. I'll fucking share it. Look like you got some pasta, don't you?
No.
What you got?
Hold on.
Oh, okay. Tapio, ramen.
Birria ramen, boys.
Tapatio ramen.
So
Oh,
I got
now-
my birria in here with my consomme and onions and cilantro.
Yep.
And it's the birria version of it. So along with our birria, we put the birria packet in the spice packet, and it's amazing.
Now, let me ask you this though, Rocky.
Yeah.
Fucking, I've never tried the Tapio stuff, right? Like that.
Tapatio. I never
Yeah.
tried it until my wife
But-
started making this stuff.
But Lil Tate found the instant mashed taters, right? That they make. And he said, man, they're fucking disgusting.
Instant mashed potatoes by Tapatio?
Yes.
Who the
I
fuck would
wouldn't
do that?
go for that either.
I mean, he said that was nasty, but he said I've never tried the ramen and all that with it. He said ramen might be pretty good. I said it's gotta be. I said it's gotta be. Rocky fucking eats it, sells it. I said that's gotta be good.
Well, I've added hot sauce to ramen before, and it's really good.
All right, here. Let's pull this up here.
You get a message. I want to see this thing. This is gonna be funny.
Oh boy.
Right there, fellas.
Pussy Natural Energy.
It's $48 a fluid ounce. How many? Oh, pack of 6. Okay.
55 cents a fluid ounce.
Yeah. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and if you go to the next picture, Gilly, that I sent, it explains what it is.
Oh, went the wrong way.
Chicken and potatoes. All right.
Organic juice from Spain, lime juice from Brazil limes, Siberian ginseng, South American, where the fuck that is,
Guarana.
Guarana.
Mediterranean milk thistle. God damn.
The milk thistle is supposed to be really good for your liver.
And it looks like they source it from all over, and it's all organic, but the name threw me off.
Yeah. I mean,
Why
that's
the
just,
hell did they call it pussy? I mean, like every guy's gonna think of something else. Like
are they thinking like a pussy willow or something like that? You know,
Maybe it tastes like a pussy. I don't know.
fuck, who knows? I bet you he's gonna order something and find out.
When I get paid, I might.
That's what I mean. That's like, yeah, he's gonna fucking try it out. I bet he does.
Yeah, I can't find any eggs on here. I thought
Yep.
they had eggs. They have fucking stands and stuff because they have
Yep.
paintings on them on the fucking eggs
Yeah.
and shit.
I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna buy a fucking egg for decoration. I don't give a fuck how big it is
No.
or paint it. No, I want to eat the motherfucker. You know,
Yeah, they got a pretty good deal for ostrich jerky, but you got to be careful with that because it could be mixed with something too for the fat.
Uh-huh.
You know.
Well, ostrich true jerky ain't supposed to have no fat. Period.
Nope, but some people do.
I know.
Some
Well,
companies do.
When I make ostrich jerky or EB jerky right from the ground, I make sure I get the pure meat. No fucking duck fat added into it. You know. That stuff, yeah.
Yep.
The same way when I did deer jerky, right? Everyone's like, hey, we'll just take the locker, they'll do it for you. I said, the locker grounds up everything, that fucking fat that ain't worth a shit, and everything. I said, and it's not going to taste the same, but it's going to go rancid quicker, too, because that fat. I said, try mine that has just pure red meat from the deer, right? Try mine versus what you get from the locker. And tell me which one is better. They said, well, yours is better. I said, exactly. Because that fat throws a different taste to that fucking meat.
Yeah, it almost goes rancid.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the whole point of jerky is to preserve it, and when you try to preserve meat, the first thing that goes rancid is the fat. So
exactly.
It's like my jerky. I use round roasts because there's virtually no fat or silver skin on the round. Yep. And then I marinate it with Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce, whiskey, and vinegar. And between those four, man, ain't nothing surviving in that marinade.
Yeah. So I'll show you, Mick.
I'll show you mine on the counter for as long as I want.
Yeah. So I'll show you what I use.
Mine's been sitting on the counter this whole time.
Yep.
Let me show you what I use, Mick. I've used this since I was mom, dad used this, and I love this fucking shit. Walmart used to carry it, but they don't no more. Let me find it here. Damn, I ordered a lot of shit from fucking Amazon. Jesus Christ.
I know, right?
You just realized that right now?
Well, I didn't realize how much I fucking ordered.
I'm on Amazon right now because they have their Prime Days coming up here soon.
That's what gets me at Jones, their fucking Prime Days.
I know I'm looking at all the stuff that's like 50% off and all kinds of stuff.
Jesus, fuck. I'll just
see if I can find it. I've got a picture that's
I'll just type it in.
this conversation. Here we go.
All right. Here, I got it. This is what I use, Mick, right here. I love this right here.
Oh yeah, you were showing me that earlier. Yeah.
That's what I love. Now I've used other ones like fucking like the ones like High Mountain, right? You know, they were okay, but just wasn't the same as the original Tedesco one.
Now you got a Bass Pro or a Cabela's near you because they sell a lot of that shit too. Or
yeah, but they sell the High Mountain. They don't sell the Tedesco.
Okay.
Because we got Bass Pro in Columbia. And some of their shit's good, but that Tedesco, man, that's my favorite one too.
Okay.
Because I'll do fucking 6 pounds at a time.
That's about what I do, 5-6 pounds in a shot, yeah.
But that's what I gotta get done. I gotta get dehydrated now. I got rid of the pit bear on the pit boss that has that smoky cabinet on top.
Yeah.
That's where I smoked my jerky in it.
Okay.
And stuff. Now I gotta get dehydrated because I can't get that temperature low enough on my drum, especially the gateway. Even though I can control the temperature on the gateway, I can't get it low enough or stay low enough for that amount of time it needs, to dehydrate, to cure this stuff.
Yeah, that's why I use my oven, and if I have to do an overflow because I've got too much meat, I do the dehydrator along with it.
Yep.
And it all gets done at about the same time.
Good stuff. But I love fucking making jerky. See, River loves it. So I showed him, I said, oh, we can make it with the emu and ostrich. So he's like, Dad, can you make some deer jerky, since you always made it at the old house? I said, River, I can't eat it. If I can't eat it, most time I ain't making it.
Yeah.
He said,
maybe I'll bring some on the trip for him.
Oh, yeah. He goes, well, his mom makes it, but he goes, yours is better than mom's. I said, well, yeah, it is. He said, I can bring you some deer meat from mom's because his mom does deer hunt. So, and now he's in the deer hunt too, which is great. But I don't take him. She takes him because I can't drive an hour away. Just take him. I got the land to do it too. You know, it's a. but he shot a deer last year, but he fucking did. He hit the bone instead of hitting the organs. He hit the front shoulder, right in the bone, so it didn't kill it.
What was he shooting? What was he using?
6 mil.
6 mil. Well, that should blow through the shoulder just fine, shouldn't it?
No, it didn't blow through the shoulder. Not like a 30-06 or 308 or 7 bag will do, right?
Right.
Well, so I have a 243 for him, but his arms are too fucking short for it, and it's a youth model.
Really?
You know, hopefully next year he'll be able. He's grown a little bit, so hopefully next year he'll be able to use that 243. That's what I've used a lot because my arm's always been short, so a youth ball fits me perfect.
Oh, 243 is perfect too. It's fast round, low recoil, just enough for deer.
And it fucking motions out better and than any fucking brush for low yardage, right? Short yardage. It motions better than any one I found deer hunt. Because my 30-06 is short or close range. Dude, that motherfucker go right through that motherfucker. It'll drop them, but they might get up and run too. I've had to get up and run on 30-06 perfectly. Motherfucker bled out. I mean, I thought he bled out, for 30 minutes, right? Motherfucker got up and ran a fucking 100 yards. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, 243's got the same thing going on as a 223. You got yourself a light bullet going really fast, and when that sucker hits, man, it just opens right up.
But a 223 is not a good deer hunting round.
Well, it ain't legal. It's too small.
Actually, it is. In Missouri, it is.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. And 6 mil is in between 223 and 243. That's why I went with that one, because the recoil is similar to a 243 and a 223 too.
Have you tried a 7mm out 8?
Oh, I have, yeah.
That's a good one too.
Now a lot of people don't like this round, right? I like the fucking 6.5 Creedmoor. I do like that one.
I got a buddy that swears by it, man. He has put a 6.5 Creedmoor through a deer's shoulder, and the thing just carried right on through. I mean, that thing will punch a hole in a deer at any angle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a good round. It might be, as he calls it, boringly accurate, but it's popular for a reason.
Yeah. And a lot of people's like, no, that's too. That only pussies use that round, motherfucker. I said, get off that shit, motherfuckers.
No.
It's like one of the best varmint guns rounds there is, right? For coyotes and all that, 204 round.
I've heard some things about the 204 round. I hear it's blisteringly fast.
Oh, fuck. That motherfucker will reach out there, too.
That's a Valkyrie, right? The 204 Valkyrie?
No. You got Valkyrie, you got Ruger. I had one, 204 Ruger, just for fucking coyote hunting.
Yeah, I've heard that's a fucking speed. It's like the what are they called? Like the 220 Swift, kind of in that territory of just tiny and ridiculously fast.
But it's kind of like the 22 mag, right? Or not, but the 17, right? It's a light. Yeah. It's light. So the wind will affect it. It will.
Sure. Yeah. Any light bullet like that, the wind will get.
Oh, exactly. That's what a lot of people forget about too. You got factor in wind too.
Yeah.
Because when I was predator hunting, fuck, the shortest shot I ever took was 200 yards. Short. And stuff. And I always carried a shotgun with me too, just in case they try to sneak up behind me. Especially bobcats. Those little motherfuckers are sneaky.
Yeah, I've heard they can mess you up pretty good too.
Oh, they can too. There's one time I was deer hunting, right? I was in a tree stand. This fucking bobcat, I saw this bobcat walking, right? This was about dusk. I was like, I said, where's this motherfucker going, right? He came to the tree I was in, sat down, looked up right at me. I was like, and it was bobcat season too. I was like, oh, you're mine, motherfucker. I fucking got that motherfucker, right? Scope was fogged up. I was fucking pissed because earlier that week, this is in 2000. Came home after being in the Persian. After we got back from the Persian Gulf, it was deer season.
Yeah.
Colder than a motherfucker, right? And I got fucking cold, so I went back to the truck. You know, I was shivering. I was dressed like I always was. But I'd lost all that weight from being in the Persian Gulf. Wasn't used to that cold yet. My body hadn't adapted yet. And I fucking got back to the truck, had the door. I was left it cracked open, started the truck up, get the heater going, but had the door left open, put the gun in that hedge, right? Here comes a gust of wind right there. Boom. Crushed that. I didn't realize it crushed the scope. You know, that it would do that, right? So I said, Dad, we got a problem with my fucking scope. He said, what? I said, look at it. He said, oh, fuck. I said, yep. Now that scope had been on there since I was a little kid. That scope was fucking from the 1970s.
Hey,
but it's very fucking accurate. It was a fixed scope, right? So you couldn't adjust it, right?
Yeah.
And that motherfucker, I was like, fuck. Luckily, my uncle owned a gun shop. So I was able to get one at his cost. Get his new scope at his cost.
Well, that's handy.
Yeah, that was handy. That's how I got my lot of my guns. Dude, when I was working overtime at the power plant, because I was working anywhere. I mean, dude, some of my paychecks after taxes was $5,000 after taxes every 2 weeks.
Sounds like me when I was working in Moses Lake.
Yeah, so, dude, so I went to my uncle. I was like, hey, he knew when I had all the overtime. He's like, which gun do you want now? You know, I'm like, I want this, I want this, I want this. You know, I mean, dude, if you would have seen that fucking collection I had before River was born, dude, I had guns at every fucking corner. I didn't have enough gun safes. You know, but then I sold majority of them. Especially, I had a lot of collector guns too that they didn't make no more from the 1930s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. You know, so I had to sell them to pay for a lawyer to fight for River when he was born.
How many you reckon you got right now total?
I probably got 15 right now, including pistols.
All right, yeah.
You know,
I think I'm up to like 11 or 12, something like that.
well, it's like there's fucking. I'll show you my Creedmoor. I don't think I've ever shown you this.
I don't reckon you have.
Huh? This right here, dude. These fucking scopes right here,
Ooh,
digital
look at
scopes,
that.
are fucking awesome. The digital scope, it tells fucking yardage, everything. So if you're in a tree, angle, everything on it.
Makes it.
That's ATN, I think. It's a Thor, so it is. I'll show you because I got this from Midway USA. Oh,
That's Creedmoor.
yeah, that was my 6.5. Because that shows it has thermal on it and everything, man.
Yeah, I was going to ask that, thermal as well, because that's a pretty bulky ass scope.
Yeah, and that's why I got it for fucking predator hunting. Because I lived out I had 6 acres out in the country, and I was the only one that would shoot coyotes, right?
Yeah,
and no one else did. So I got this. I'd sit on my front porch at night, wait for them to come in. So then every now and then they would get a little fucking cocky and get near my dogs, right? So I had the pins, the dog pins. They get near them. I'm like, okay, motherfuckers. Because I came out like around midnight every time. I said, okay, I'm going to stop this shit. Got that scope, got dialed in. Fucking just started fucking racking them off, right? The coyotes would never come back on my property after that. You know. They would go around my property. You know, and I just call it money. I was like, hey, I said, I got some coyotes because he would say he would skin them and sell the fur, right? You know, I said, come get them, or if not, I'm just gonna let them fucking hang on the fence. Because you hang a coyote on the fence, the coyotes, they will stay away from that side for a little bit.
It's like
You
a
know?
crow, man. You want to get rid of
Yeah.
crows, just kill one and hang it up on the fence.
Yes. All right.
Yep.
Store scope here. Yeah, I mean that's fucking. You can't really beat that there. See now it's made by ATN. See now I'll show you here. They got now they're better. This was like one of the first versions I came out with. Now these are fucking getting fucking right here. Thermoscope and video recording.
Holy shit.
Thermoscope, 5x10, blah, blah, blah. I mean, depends on how much you want to spend. I mean, they got it for every price point, right?
Clearly.
Those are cheap compared to others.
Yeah.
They go up to $5,000-$6,000.
Yeah. See, the most expensive one that they sell of this one, $1,495 to $2,800, right? But they're
I
fucking.
thought the Thor 5 was the $5,000.
Well, Midway USA is not showing that one
Oh,
on here because I got it priced from high to low. You know when it comes up to the searches
yeah.
and stuff. But dude, those fucking Thors, man, they are fucking. They're worth the money to me. You know, other people may disagree. That's fine. They can disagree. But like one of the first generations I got, the one I showed you, Mick, dude, that motherfucker's still accurate to this day. The only bad thing is you better have that battery pack with it too. It goes through batteries like a motherfucker.
Runs out of batteries a bit, yeah.
Yep. Where's
Thumper at?
I'm right here.
Oh, okay.
He was laying down kind of like he was sucking his own cock.
No, I was petting my dog.
He's trying to do the Tool Enema thing.
I bet you.
If you know the CD, you know it.
See, if guys could do that right, naturally, most guys would probably do it. And they're like, why do I need a woman?
You forget about this one thing. You feel like you're sucking dick.
That's true.
It's not the other way around.
Wasn't Marilyn Manson took out his old rib to suck his own dick? His own liver?
I don't
That was
know.
urban legend.
I mean,
They found that wasn't true. That
wasn't true.
A lie. No.
Yeah, they went on Maury Povich and did a DNA test on it.
Because I remember fucking that rumor coming out, right? This stuff.
Yeah, no, it was. That's exactly what it was a rumor.
I wonder if he started that to keep his career going too at that time.
I don't know.
Well, he was already plenty popular when that rumor came out, so I don't think he needed the help.
Yeah. Well, it looks like I got to go to the fucking store by myself. And my son is at the park right now.
It's fucking raining here, goddamn. It wasn't supposed to rain till tomorrow, you assholes.
Oh, it's raining there?
Yeah. And the fucking sun's out.
Sunny and 70 here.
You know. Rocky, what the fuck you eat now, brother?
A breadstick.
Oh. Homemade or from Olive Garden?
My wife got it from Domino's.
I do like theirs. I always like theirs. But fucking Little Caesars, I like theirs even better. You know,
I like Little Nero's because of Home Alone. Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Yep.
Little Nero's, yeah.
Oh, speaking of Home Alone, they're trying to fucking cut Trump out of fucking Home Alone 2.
Fucking really?
Yeah.
So stupid.
And they only had that one scene of the motherfucker.
You know what I'd do if I was Trump? I would completely unfund Hollywood. You are not funded anymore. I will not the CIA let you. I will not direct the CIA to do anything for you guys anymore because you all suck.
Oh, that's the problem. Fucking the CIA, they got all that fucking dark money. But no matter what the president says, they're still gonna do it.
That's when you get people. That's when you do stuff that's secret. You start spying on the CIA and the FBI and everyone else, right?
Oh, yeah.
You get your own people to do that are trained to do that. Then you create an army and you take them out.
Click.
I don't think they've thought about that yet. I think they think a lot of people are afraid of the law
Yep.
But if anybody's like me,
What the heck?
remember when? Did you guys ever watch Game of Thrones?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Remember
Talk about
when?
Varys and his little birds.
Remember when Cersei's husband died,
Yeah.
and Eddard wrote that letter for the king? What did she do to
Yep.
him?
Threw it out, had him killed.
Yeah, these people don't realize that. They think they have all the power, but they really don't. They have power because people give it to them. But if you have enough people going after them, there's only 15 rounds or 17 rounds or 20 rounds. That's 20 people. But if there's 80 people, what do you think is going to happen to you?
Well, somebody posted an article. The BlackRock CEO is suing United Healthcare because they got too generous with their payouts after their CEO got killed.
Hmm.
And my response to that was, you really didn't get the hint, did you?
It's funny that that stuff is coming out, though. It's things that I've thought for, I don't know, almost 2 decades now. After I read Behold the Pale Horse,
Yeah. Oh, that was a big one. Yeah.
Kinda
I read
like,
that in 2011. Yeah.
1991, but I didn't read it till 2002 when I got
I
this.
didn't read it until 2011. Yeah. It was 20 years after the fact that I read it. Yeah.
And I'm just like, these people think that they're invincible.
You ever heard that
No.
Megadeth song, Holy Wars?
Yeah. Holy Wards, the something of peace.
The punishment due?
Yeah, the punishment due.
There's a line in the song. Just because I ain't saying it doesn't mean I ain't thinking it.
Well, that's what's going to happen is the CIA, the FBI, the NSA, all the other unknown agencies that are spy agencies, someone's going to get sick of that shit and they're going to form their own crap.
Dude, I'm telling you, go on eBay, get the book Unintended Consequences. I've said this like a bunch of times already, but dude, that whole book, it's a long one, but it is like revenge porn for guys that are pissed off at the government.
Unintended Consequences. I'm going to look it up real quick.
Watch the fucking movie Amateur. It's out streaming now. You know, you got to buy it off Prime, right?
The Amateur?
Yes. It's about a
Okay.
guy who works in the CIA, right? His wife gets killed. CIA doesn't want to do it because they was the ones that was involved, right? His bosses was, some of his bosses was.
Yeah.
So he goes out in the field, right? And they're trying to kill him. And he's a computer analyst, so he knows how to work computers, all that shit, right? And how to build shit, build bombs and all that, make it look like electronic shit, right? And dude, he fucks them up and get his bosses arrested for his war crimes that they committed.
Y'all watch The Terminal List?
Oh, yes.
Kind of a similar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
But
by
also-
John Ross, Mick? Unintended.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
dude. It's on Amazon, bro.
How much
Yeah.
is it?
$235 used for a hardcover.
That's
right?
why I didn't buy it last time, because the price.
And then-
That's why.
Yeah.
On paperback, it's $164
Woo!
and it's used.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
there's
I'm-
nothing
I'm
else.
fucking-
It has more used stuff, but it doesn't have anything new.
Well, it's been out of print for years.
Oh, there's a reason it's out of print then, right?
And that cost is how much that cost reflects how worth reading it is. I know ain't none of us here rich men, but
Yeah.
you know, I'd even be down for buying a copy and just mailing it to one of you guys to read and then just fucking keep it going, because I don't have a copy. I was good enough to have a friend in my last shop who owned a copy, and he trusted me enough to, you know, read it and give it back. You know.
Yeah.
But it's if especially with regards to what Rocky's been talking about,
Yeah.
it is a serious must read, and it's also a bit of a history lesson, and it's a bit of a blueprint on what to do.
I don't think the CIA, the FBI, the Mossad, the IRA, all the other groups, they don't understand yet that there's people like me and I'm not, I'm just a nobody, but we're fucking pissed off. And if someone doesn't fucking start doing anything right, we're going to take matters into our own hands. And you're going to have vigilanteism on going, right? But you're
Oh,
going to
you
have this
will.
vigilante stuff
Yeah, you
where,
will.
you know, when someone makes a false accusation and then find out that someone made a false accusation, guess what's going to happen to that person that made a false accusation? Curtains. Curtains. So
Well, you don't want to create a society full of people with nothing to lose. That's a really
no,
bad way
but that's what they're doing, bro. That is
Oh,
what
I
they're doing.
agree with you. I'm
And
just
they're
saying it's a
doing
really
it.
bad
They're
idea.
doing it to the demographic that is the most dangerous ones to fuck with. Give a man no reason to live. Take away his ability to have a family, to have a good life, with some peace. And what do you think that motherfucker's going to do?
One day, yeah.
Society has not fucking realized yet, and I want you motherfuckers to listen to it. CIA, FBI, president, fucking Starmer, whoever the fuck you idiots are.
NSA.
You motherfuckers don't understand. Yeah, God says, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, saith Yahuwah, I will repay. But how many people don't believe in that God? And they're going to take vengeance on you motherfuckers. Yeah, they're going to get judged, but you're going to get gone. You're going to get unalived, and then you're going to stand in front of that same fucking God that had that person kill you.
Going to get unalived.
There's no escape. They don't understand. There is no escape. The only escape they have is if they die peacefully. And those days may be coming to an end. And just by the shit on the news, dude, it's like when you got different groups of people always fighting each other, and then those different groups of people, wait a minute, we've been manipulated. People are trying to get us to do this. Let's find out who those people are. Guess what? The bread and circuses don't work anymore. Vatican, Roman Empire, fucking Satanists. We're going to come after you. And you think death is an honor. Wait till you die. Just wait till the second after you die and see what's actually real. And
No, like I said, all those men that want to be left alone, that's going to be your most dangerous person on the planet.
yeah, they just can't let us live in peace. They got to, shove down the fucking transgender crap. They got to shove the empowered woman, Black Panther, that weighs 110 pounds, that beats a 250-pound man of muscle at 6'5". You got to be fucking kidding me. No one fucking believes that shit anymore.
No one ever did to begin with.
We're sick of it. We've been fatigued of it. And if you keep doing it, you're going to go out of fucking business. And that's fine. That's fine. You don't need to be in business. We will find a way to live on without movies. I mean, how many years did we go without movies and music and entertainment like we have right now?
Well, the movies that I love, all the ones I routinely watch, there aren't many of them made after about 2005.
Yeah. So, I mean, you think about the
movies.
1900s, the early 1900s, 1903, they made the, what was that? The Great Train Robbery, where the guy points his gun at the barrel like that and shoots. The Great Train Robbery. Just look it up. And it's actually after The Birth of a Nation, which is a really bad film.
I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. It's the Triple K crap, which is a bunch of bullshit anyways. What is going on? Oh no.
What in the hell?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
God damn
Where did
it,
I
God.
leave off?
Quit fucking around with the internet.
No, that's all the live portion of it.
That's the live.
So no one's hearing anything. Of course,
Nope.
I'm getting blocked.
We're still recording. This is why we record.
Okay. But,
I'm gonna go back to it because I'm like, the fuck
I'm on it right now, and it's showing the same thing.
yeah, I mean,
So, hey, Gilly, while
Yeah.
you were saying what the fuck while they were talking, I jumped on and it was still working up until you put it up on the screen, and then my screen on my phone went to that too.
episode 61. Okay.
but
Well,
I don't think these people understand yet You guys have bashed on men for over a fucking 100 years. And since 1960 or 1970, you've gone full bore bashing dudes. And some dudes were stupid enough to serve a nation and die for women that hate for them. But I think those days are over. And I think that's what's going to happen is men are not going to die for a fucking nation that hates them. They don't even care about the fucking laws. And they're not going to protect the women that hate them. They're going to get rid of them.
Well, to be fair, I've never really cared about many laws to begin with.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of the laws that seem to be written are only to keep people in debt slavery.
Or for the most stupid among us.
Yes,
And the
yes,
most evil among us. Like, I'm not
yes.
evil, I'm not stupid, and I have no desire to defraud anybody. So, aside from the basic laws that we all need, I don't really have any need for laws. I think I'm pretty good. I know how not to kill people. I know how not to rape people. I know how not to steal. Speed limits, I ignore them because they have nothing to do with reality. I know that going 25 to a residential neighborhood is idiotic. It should be 35 for anybody with a reasonable ability to drive. But I also know that 55 is way too fucking fast, so I'm not going to do it. Like, I don't need to be told these things.
I'm wondering if cause we didn't say nothing fucking wrong or anything. Didn't show nothing gory or nothing.
No, they keep
No.
showing like up in the corner. It says live, and then it goes away again.
55 cents a fluid.
But wait, now it says the live video has ended.
I'm trying to go back to it.
Yeah,
do it again.
we're not live anymore.
I know.
We need to go live again.
That's what I'm trying to hear. I'm showing you right here.
It says it's recording, though. It says it's recording, bro.
We're recording.
Yeah.
See, that's what it's showing. That's twice now I've done this.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
well.
only showing.
Well, I would tell this, hey, CIA, FBI, it's too fucking late. Men have waken up.
Fuck you.
They've taken the red pill. The men have taken the red pill. They've taken the truth pill about how women fucking manipulate men because men want vagina. But when men are so pissed off that vagina is not going to please them because the people that have the vaginas have fucked them over, what do you think's going to fucking happen, you stupid goddamn fox? I'm trying to save lives here. I sound like an asshole. I sound like a jerk. I'm trying to prevent people from getting offed. But if you keep on doing this stuff, someone's going to hunt your fucking ass down.
Eventually.
And you're not going to know who it is. You're not even going to know because I'm probably speaking the warning. But the warning has probably been about for a couple of years now because people have been sick of it since 2016. I know I was.
Oh, longer than that.
Oh my God, I'm so sick and fucking tired of it.
You see, one thing I don't understand, and I'm not calling for any of this to happen, but I am genuinely curious how more family court judges haven't been physically compromised.
They're going to. What's going to happen, bro?
It's just so amazing that it hasn't really
I know.
yet.
What's going to happen is someone is going to figure out how to get a fucking plastic gun and a plastic bullet into a courtroom, just like you would have in the fucking X-Men 2 movie, where they try to get fucking Magneto and they shoot the people with the magnetic gun so he can use metal to fucking get out, right?
Yeah.
Have something like that happen. It's already been said, hey, this is what can happen. You motherfuckers don't pay attention. You're at fault. You're at fault because you decided to fuck over men.
Yeah, we are back, people. We are back.
Not a great option.
No, I mean, you're going to ostracize one sex out of everybody and say they're the problem for everything in the world?
Well,
are you kidding me? When you read in the Bible, the dude talked to the Satan talked to the woman first. What did she fucking do? I want to be strong and independent. Guess what? You fucked us. Men takes the blame for it. Let's women get away with it on this earth, on this plane. But guess what? It doesn't happen in the next life. It's not going to happen. You're going to get your due. You're going to get your comeuppance or whatever it is. Your just desserts are going to come in. But
Well, you see, the thing is, Rock, this is all incredibly well calculated by a lot of people that have been doing this for a very long time. And it's a really simple thing. If you want to destabilize a society, okay, you take the men out of it. That's it. Like if you take, like I got a buddy who raises chickens. He's probably got 50, 60 head of chicken. And when he's down a rooster, he notices. And he has to get a rooster in there to maintain the flock and, do what roosters do. You go to a country or a society or whatever you want to call it with no roosters, it disintegrates. It backslides into infighting and all sorts of other crap, and it just falls apart. And the powers that be, they know this. They know it very, very well, and so they do intentionally what you're talking about, Rock.
I know they do. I know they do.
They vilify the very motor that makes everything run. And
I know they do.
that's what evil does.
Yeah. The funniest thing about that is I know they think that way. I know they operate that way. And I know that they're going to pay for it. And they're going to pay for it.
Quite horribly. Quite horribly.
Literally, they're going to pay with it with their lives. And then the next life they live in eternity, wherever realm that fucking is, they're going to pay for it there. Because they know, even with the Code of Hammurabi and the 10 fucking commandments, which you mentioned a couple times, don't steal, don't cheat, don't commit adultery, don't murder, don't do this, don't do that, don't lie, all that crap, right?
Basic
They
shit.
still don't fucking do it. Their rules are like that, and they still don't do it. They still don't acknowledge it. And guess what? It's Romans chapter 1. It's Romans chapter 1. If you ever read Romans chapter 1 from verse 18 to like 31, it lays out everything that's going on right now. And it's like, you guys are stupid.
Yeah.
You human beings, humans are stupid. And
Well,
I'm not no perfect motherfucker either. Look how much I fucking cuss. But at least I know what I'm saying, and when I say it, and I know I'm gonna have to answer for it. But these motherfuckers live in fucking denial. And denial in this case is not the fucking river in Egypt. It's denial. Like you are denying the truth because you think that you actually can get away with this. There's no fucking loopholes.
Well, the other part of this too, the other side of the coin is the effort to breed them stupid. Less critical thinking, less actual education, less ability to discern what is real, what is not, to filter out what's been told to you, to kind of deny the groupthink. That ability they've intentionally bred out over the last 25 years or so to make sure that you get these idiots cheering at the rallies for things of which they know absolutely nothing. Like when you see the man on the ground interviews, half of these people don't even know what they're protesting or why. But they'll throw a brick at your car. Like, that's the other half of it.
When I started noticing this kind of crap happening, the Democratic Convention from 2000, when Al Gore was running for president.
Oh yeah,
Rage Against the Machine, and Rage Against the Machine is a great band. Their fucking politics are fucking retarded. And if I ever talked to any of them in their face, I'd be like, you guys are fucking retards. You should move away.
Oh, they are.
Because you know why? You're not going to survive in a place where you want to take everyone's fucking freedoms.
Nope, they won't.
Your freedom gets taken away. Your free will gets taken away. It's the nature of the beast, or it's the nature of the system, right? The system is set up to make people fail, but when people start making everybody fail, everybody fucking fails. And if they're willing to fail, then they're going to deal with the consequences of causing everyone else to fail, because they're going to fail. When those failures turn suit, they turn coat, and they start taking revenge.
And at that point, even half the cops are going to be like, I don't want no part of this.
What has surprised me is how many cops, how many military have seen stuff on YouTube that YouTube is trying to
censor.
They're trying to censor. They're trying to censor like what men talk about, what men think about, what men want, what men expect, and what men hope for. All of that is just thrown away. It's only about the girls.
Well, YouTube is also starting to suck it up. Go back to censoring conservatives again.
Yes, they are.
People
They
like
are.
us.
And YouTube is going to pay for it.
Yep.
Because the more people that leave YouTube, yeah, you got Mr. Beast and Joe Rogan and all those other guys, right? But not everybody listens to them. I don't even give a fuck about Mr. Beast. I don't care about that. Why the fuck is that interesting to me? Do they ever talk about anything that matters?
Mr.
Not
Beast
really.
is more for kids. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It's for kids, right?
Yeah.
But when you have like grown fucking adults like us that are discussing shit and saying, okay, well, this is a problem. Why does no one else see this? Why do other people think that this is okay? It's kind of like, well, all right, you're gonna pay for it. You're gonna pay for
And
it.
that's why our shit is on YouTube. Says not for kids. Period. You know.
Actually, the kids should hear this stuff. Maybe
Yeah,
with
but
not, maybe
yes.
with not the bad language,
Well,
but they need to know like this is what's reality.
yeah, that I agree with right there. But what it gets in trouble is when we start talking like sexual things, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
That would get us in trouble. Not the cussing, but when we start making jokes or telling stories about overseas, right? You know, because there would be one parent, right? It only takes fucking one, right? These motherfuckers are pedos, blah, blah, blah. You know, it only takes that one. You know, like our kids, fuck, they hear this shit all the time. You know, like the way we talk about politics and all that shit. You know,
I'm looking up a picture right now. I'm gonna show it.
because it'll be our kids or the conservative kids that are raised conservative with these type of values, right? They'll be the ones fucking ruling one day, right there. You know, it won't be these fucking kids being raised up as liberals that will be ruling. No.
Hey boys, I'm gonna run to the store real quick. I gotta go grab some shit. I'll be right back. I
All
shouldn't
right.
be that long.
All right, man.
All right, I'll just leave it on, but
Oh, you're on the tablet?
yeah, I'll mute it and
Oh, that's fine.
I'll be back.
All right. Hey, just put
right.
Sasha on there. She can take your place.
Who? Yasha, my dog.
Yasha, yeah, Yasha, yeah. Just have her sit right there.
She'd probably make one of you guys cry. I don't know.
I don't know about that though.
All right, I'll be back.
All right.
Play for the love of Christ.
What you got, Rocky?
I can't find it. It was this thing, right? And I see a lot of this crap on YouTube, and it's like the woman that tells you to divorce your husband, and you look at her, she looks
yeah.
like fucking. She looks like something that no man would ever want to marry.
And I've seen those same ones on Facebook Reels too.
I can't find it now.
You know, and it'll show up tonight, guaranteed, on Facebook Reels since we're talking about it, most likely. You know,
but I think about this. I think about this a lot. I don't care if I sound crazy or insane. I'm just like, you guys have no idea that when a man gets really pissed off and he has nothing else to lose and he wants revenge, he's going to take everyone out with him. It's not going to. It's not going to be a lone wolf. It's not going to be terrorism. It's not going to be any of that stuff. It's not going to be misogyny. It's not going to be any of that crap. It's going to be, I've had enough of your shit. I don't care if I die now. I'm going to take as many of you motherfuckers out because you have not repented about what you did to your fellow man. Your fellow.
he froze.
He froze.
He froze. Yeah, he was doing good too on his internet.
Yeah.
Looks like old Dan Calvert's back in Washington State in your neck of the woods, Mick.
Is he?
Yeah.
Poor dumb bastard.
Because he was in Hawaii, but it looks like I'm scrolling through Facebook, right? Listening to. He posted pictures of Fort Casey. That's up in your area, isn't it? Or Shinobish area?
Washington is an upgrade from many places, but Hawaii is one of them. Yeah, Hawaii is even worse.
I mean, Washington State used to be a great place to live. You know,
I know. That's why I moved here.
Before all the fun, like I loved it out there when we was there. You know, we got came back in '98 from Japan. Yeah. Okay, never been there. Great, lovely. You had the mountains and the sea right there, right?
Yeah.
That's the two fucking worlds, my opinion, right there.
Yeah, that's why we're still here.
And fucking,
And
and
we
now,
came back.
fucking,
Yeah, we
yeah,
came back from New York in 2008, and in 2008 it was still just fine.
yeah, but the politics has ruined that fucking place.
Well, all those dickheads from California and Oregon moved north. That's the
Yep.
problem.
Yep. That's like I got a cousin now. He still lives around Beaverton, Oregon, right, which right outside Portland. And he goes, man, he said this place ain't the same as it was like when you came and visit, in 99, and then we went to pulled into Portland, right, for the Rose Festival. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Even that's not the same as it was.
No.
It's
Nope.
Because then all those fucking people from California moved up in there. That's when Oregon went, keep Oregon weird. Bullshit. I mean, you always had hippies in Washington State, but they were just like true liberals. They wasn't these fucking far left motherfuckers at all.
No. Back in the day when we first moved here, you had your OG hippies doing OG hippie stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of libertarian, leave me the fuck alone. And you had your outdoorsman, hunter, fisher, gun guy, conservative, redneck sorts, and they want to go off over here and do their own thing and be left the fuck alone. And everybody was in agreement. We may not like each other, but we can just do our own shit and not interfere with one another. And I'm cool with that.
That's
how it was for a long time.
It's like you get out in the mountain areas and even past the mountains, right? Where it's fucking more desert. It looks like more like a desert out there.
I know. It worked out.
They're really fucking redneckish in the fucking desert areas.
Oh, big time. Big time.
Because I can't remember this one little town. We went through the Cascades. It was me, Underoos, fucking Wood, OHT2 Wood, fucking Kelly. We went across the mountains, got into it. I call it the desert area, not the south, but north part of it, right?
Yeah.
This little small town. I can't remember the name of it. But, dude, it looked like fucking they had like 1,800 buildings, like a saloon and everything. Great town.
Let's see. You.
Sorry, Rocky.
You ain't thinking of Leavenworth, are you?
I don't know. I don't think it was Leavenworth. It was a small town, like 1,000 people.
Okay, so not Ellensburg, because that's a little bigger.
But they had their own small little brewery there, too.
Yeah, I'm not aware of that one. Oh, is this over the mountains?
Over the mountains, yes.
Over the mountains, okay. Yeah, there's like Leavenworth, there's Ellensburg, there's oh shit, what's the other one? There's a few of them out there over the mountain. Not Chelan.
I can't remember the name of it at all. But I know it was a small fucking town back then.
Yeah, well, there's a few of those out there, definitely.
Yeah, I know. Rocky, what was you saying? Keep going. Sorry.
I can't remember where I left off. I guess what I was trying to say was, hang on a second.
People are going to pay for this shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that the people that are planning everything, I don't think they really analyzed the need for bloodshed when people get wronged and they start figuring out they've been wronged and they start targeting the people that have wronged them. And it may be their fucking neighbor, and hey, what do you expect? You expect some people just lay down and die? No. Some people will do that. Other people will die fighting. Other people won't die. They'll make the other people die. And I think that they're like, well, we got paramilitary and all that stuff. It doesn't fucking matter. Does not matter. You have so many resources at your hand. But when you have a bunch of people that have a plan that you have not intercepted on the internet or phone calls because they talk in private with their phones somewhere else and they take their watches off and they take everything off and they talk to people without bugs on, guess what? Someone's planning to get you. Almost like the Ocean 11 movies. Remember the Ocean 11 movies?
Yeah.
Where the criminal that they were trying to rob, they made like a film saying they were planning the robbery and this guy tried to do the robbery, but it was in a fake fucking place. And they already did the robbery on that guy before he even fucking knew it. That's the same thing that's going to happen to these people because they do not understand. You cannot continue to fuck people over. 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 You cannot continue to
Exactly.
And
Yeah, well,
and-
what happens when neighborhoods start getting together and neighborhoods start saying, okay, we've got our own enforcement going and we all agree with it, and this is now a no-go zone.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
Like,
and
we've had enough.
it's gonna be like
Wow.
Did he freeze up again? Oh,
Yeah, he started back up.
okay.
And he's frozen again.
He's frozen again.
Well, the internet must hate Rocky today.
Dude, this has fucking been happening the last few times.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the most it's fucking done it. It really is. You know.
Yeah, I've never seen him freeze up this hard.
That's why we think, you know, we said CIA fucking targeted Rocky. Okay, fuck you. We'll let you go for a little bit, then we'll freeze your shit.
You gotta wonder. You do. You gotta wonder.
I know, you know, because everybody, a lot of people don't realize this. Everybody in this country has a Stasi file from the day you're born. Once you get Social Security number, your birth certificate, right? You know, because they say how much money you're worth, right? All that. So they already know everything about you, pretty much.
Sure. Of course they do.
You know, a lot of people don't think that. Don't think like that. You know, it's like, truly, you can't go off the fucking grid anywhere in America. You know, some people say you can't. No, you can't. You got to be out of this fucking country and middle of fucking Siberia or fucking even Alaska, some places. You know, there's nobody. You know, and stuff like that.
I'm back.
For the 100th time of the day.
For the millionth time. You know what? After what happened last weekend and the crap that happened today that I'm not going to talk about with work, you know, I'll get mad at certain things. And of course, everything that doesn't go right is going to make me angry. I'm just not going to overreact to it, I guess you could say. But I really wish that we had reach of like billions of people so I could tell them, you guys that are planning evil, someone's planning evil on you now.
Well, eventually, I think we'll get there eventually. It's just going to be a slow process.
Oh, it's gonna be slow, but
like
I mean,
like a turtle.
Imagine all the bloodline families that are in charge right now, and they're descendants of fallen angels that are locked up in prison right now in the bottomless pit, per Enoch and per the Book of Jude.
And
who's to say? No. Here's what I don't think they can say. Who's to say that someone like me, that's a Christian, and I'm the Christian like King David, I'll fucking kill you, like you're Goliath. I'll just fucking put a rock in your fucking head and let you die and cut your head off. Whatever. Who's to say there's not more people like that?
And I was going to say,
you're waking up the beast that Admiral Yamamoto was scared of waking up. Remember Pearl Harbor?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you woke up the Navy, you woke up the United States. Well, you're waking up a bunch of people you probably don't want to wake up.
You woke up a sleeping giant was his direct quote.
Yes,
Correct.
What he did. Yeah.
But you're it's not.
Oh, but no, when he brought up the God, the angels in prison, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say her Dragon Ball Super too, because they talked about gods being in prison, certain gods, the bad ones, being in prison on that one. I still watch Dragon Ball, so
I never did watch it. It's a cultural thing that I just kind of missed.
I never got into it. I didn't know about it until fucking got to Japan. That's how I found it.
That would be the place to find it. Yeah.
And then like in engineering, all the brothers, they be in Burley watching it, right? And I'm like, so now I watch it because there wasn't nothing else to do, really. I'm like, this ain't too bad. I mean, it's cartoon, but that's what
What's weird is I watched as a kid Voltron and Robotech. And then
I did too, though.
I watched like Ghost in the Shell and Ninja Scroll and Ranma 1/2. So I watched a bunch of anime, but like for some reason, Dragon Ball, right over my head.
Well, like growing up, because here in Missouri, in a small town, see, we didn't actually have cable until I was junior high.
Okay.
So and we didn't have that channel where it was showing Dragon Ball, so that's why I never saw it.
Yeah.
But I got to watch fucking all the good cartoons like He-Man, G.I.
Sure.
Joe,
Yeah.
you know, Looney Tunes for they went all fucking woke, you know.
Not when I was a kid. They used to shoot each other in the face with shotguns when I was a kid.
What was that?
Oh, Looney Tunes. When I was a kid, they used to shoot each other in
Oh,
the
yeah.
face with shotguns and dynamite and shit.
Oh yeah. Fuck. You know, just like the Roadrunner, man. Fucking
Hell yeah.
Coyote was like, I'm gonna get this motherfucker with dynamite. You know,
Mhm.
he ends up blown up like you dumbass. But the Coyote finally did get the fucking Roadrunner.
Did he?
Yes, he finally did. Not in the old ones, in the new ones. He finally caught him. They allowed him to catch him.
I did not see the new ones.
And stuff. The only reason I know that because fucking when River was like, when he was younger, so he's still young, but when he was young, he loved watching, you know, Roadrunner, Looney Tunes. He did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I couldn't get interested in He-Man and fucking all that bullshit, right? You know, or G.I. Joe, but Looney Tunes, he loved that one.
Yeah, I was lucky enough that my dad had a cable descrambler, and so we got the Disney Channel.
Ah,
Watch all them old Disney cartoons.
Yep. Well, I got to watch them. Now I had to go watch them at my grandma's because she had a satellite dish, right?
Yeah, right. She had the hookup.
Yeah, wow. Oh, yeah. I spent a lot of time over there. I was like, can I stay a night at Danny and Pawpaw's? Mom's like, again? I'm like, Mom, we got 3 channels. They got hundreds of channels.
Right.
You know? But I had to watch it before he came in for the day, before supper.
Yeah.
Because after supper, he was watching the Western Channel or Nashville. You remember when Nashville was still going, like had those talk shows, right?
Yeah.
You actually played music and all that with the Grand Ole Opry, right?
Uh-huh. My mom used to watch that.
Yeah. Now, I always liked Hee Haw. Mom and Dad would watch Hee Haw. I did like that one, you know.
Yeah, we never watched that one.
But I mean, that's just a culture, more like a cultural thing, really, because
Oh, yeah.
a lot of it depends on where you grow up, right?
Sure.
You know, like here in Missouri is nothing but fucking. I'm not nothing but where I'm from, fucking Missouri, dude. It's fucking nothing but fucking farmers, rednecks. I mean, some people from cities like, oh, they're nothing but white trash, you know, type of shit, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's like they said in Con Air, you know. It is amazing what you white trash know. That's right.
Exactly. That's a great movie, but they talk about making it a second one. I'm like, what the fuck? How are you gonna make a second one? Why? Leave that the fuck alone. That's good enough by itself.
That was open and shut and done. It was a great movie, and now it's over.
Yeah.
Leave it the fuck alone. Not everything deserves a sequel.
Now, unless you're gonna fucking follow the fucking Nicolas Cage character and his wife and his kid, right? And see, you know how. But still, even then, I bet you if they do make it, they'll come out with something like, well, a new fucking a character, right? Someone else in prison. You know, same thing happens. Blah blah blah. Just leave that fuck alone.
It ain't the same movie no more. Then you know, it's like if I don't know, bad idea, man. Because you know the presumption at the end of the movie is he just gets back to home and raises his kid and lives his life. The whole point of the end of that movie was things are back to normal. I can go home now.
Yeah, exactly.
He ain't an action star. He was just a normal guy in a fucked up situation.
Yep. Yeah, stuff. I mean, that was probably one of Nicolas Cage's better movies because he did a lot of shitty fucking movies.
Yeah, but he did some really great ones too, and that was one of them.
I know. And one of the great ones that most people sleep on now is Firebirds.
Oh, I love that movie, man. Tommy Lee Jones.
Hell yeah. Hell, I had River watch it. I had River watching it one night.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
You know, because he wanted to watch it. And he's like, after we this, can we watch Heartbreak Ridge? I said, yeah, we can watch that. You know, then he decided that he didn't want Heartbreak Ridge. He wanted to go back now play video games. I said, that's fine. We'll watch it
You
another
want
time.
Heartbreak Ridge? Oh, man, that's a great one.
Yeah, I love it. You know, but I've seen it. I don't know how many times I've fucking seen it because TBS, back in the day, they would play on the weekends. Dude, they'd play that all the fucking time.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting for fucking Happy Gilmore too. Because that fucking trailer looks awesome. Because they brought back a lot of the original characters, right? And they continue.
After Dumb and Dumberer, man, I got my doubts.
I don't know, but they're bringing him back and Shooter back, right?
Yeah, no, I know. I've seen the trailer.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping they don't jack this up, man.
I mean, to me, it looks good, right?
Yeah,
But the trailer is always showing some of the best parts to get you hooked too.
That's what I'm saying. And the
So-
first movie was so damn perfect that, like, man,
Oh yeah,
do you really want to screw with that?
yeah. It's like Billy Madison. They've talked about doing that one. I was like, that would leave alone, right there.
I think with Super Troopers coming out with part 2, they did a pretty damn good job, but it was still nowhere near as funny as the first
No.
one. So
I liked it, but yeah, you're right. You are right on that one.
I think they got away with it, but
Yeah.
it was a big risk, and they still should probably have just left that one alone.
Oh yeah. Which, I mean, I liked the movie. I mean,
I didn't hate it.
as soon as it came out, I bought the motherfucker. I was like, fuck, I bought it.
Yeah, no, I didn't hate it at all. But like I said, that was as good as Super Troopers was. Trying to make a part 2 was an enormous risk.
Yeah.
And like I said, they're fucking lucky they did it all right.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. It wasn't as funny as the first one. That first one, like, that was fucking hilarious right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that opening scene with
Yeah.
the kids on the highway, it's still
Yep.
probably the funniest opening scene of any movie I've ever seen.
Oh yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Literally.
You boy like Mexico.
Open the reefer. You boys like Mexico. You shot the cops. Oh my god.
Like snozberries taste like snozberries. You know. I mean, I've had River watch all of them too, man. He's like, first one he was laughing, the second one he was laughing, but not as much.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the opening scene of Super Troopers 2, where all that bus where Travis dreaming, that was one of the funniest moments of the show.
Yes, it was.
You know, and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it was. But yeah, some movies just gotta be left the fuck alone, in my opinion, right there.
Now, I'm not saying the Happy Gilmore 2 is necessarily going to be terrible, but
Yeah.
I haven't yet seen a good sequel to a classic 90s movie like that. I ain't seen it yet.
Top Gun Maverick, but this is kind of late 80s. Top Gun Maverick.
Well, Top Gun was mid 80s for one.
Yep.
And for two, everything that happened in Top Gun Maverick made a lot of sense. You know, he was a test pilot. The Navy had gone over to F-18s. New threat, you know, but similar circumstances. It worked. It worked really well, and they stayed faithful to the. Your microphone's off.
I know.
Oh,
Rocky called me. He's like, call my phone, bro. Send me an invite to his phone. I said, this is the second one I sent you, so.
Ooh, what the hell?
I'm going to send him an invite through email. Just tell him to check his fucking email.
Yeah, right.
Because that one right there. All right. Text him, check your fucking email. Oh shit, people. People, I'll be right back. We'll continue this in a brief moment.
Cool. I'm back, boys. I'm sorry.
I'm back. And we're back. On it.
We probably need a ding off soon because it's just been a pain in the butt.
Oh, we will, though, but, you know, it's been a pain in the butt for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I don't
No, that's all right. That shit, man, that shit happens, man. I mean, look what happened on my side. The fucking Facebook Live fucking shut down.
Really? Facebook Live shut us down?
Yeah, and then we're back up on Facebook Live. I got to go again.
You got to go into it again?
Yeah, that's why I said I put this one, episode 61, part 2.
There you go. Now we got you.
Yeah, I never got to finish my thought. I'm going to have to finish it on another episode when the internet's not breaking down like there's a hurricane or some kind of fucking electrical disturbance.
Do you got fucking fiber or cable internet?
Huh?
You got fiber internet or cable?
I think it's cable, dude.
That's probably part of the problem because I know I had cable when I moved to Boonville, right? Internet, which is still faster than satellite. Don't get me wrong, right? But I had that same thing when I was playing some video games. Some of that same shit happening to me. Then I was able to get fiber in my area. Dude, I ain't had that trouble like that forever. Like that. On it.
Hey, it's got me. Okay, cool. I'm gonna shut off on the phone.
Just leave the phone going. Just mute the phone.
I'll leave the phone up just in case.
Leave the phone up just in case, brother.
Yep.
You seen how I did it the other day when I was fucking pulling that chicken, right? I got on the phone, I got back in, it was kind of doing that weird sound.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where Mick goes, what the fuck is that? You know, Mick, what the fuck you eating now?
That's a blue cheese called St. Augur.
Blue cheese, huh? I never did like blue cheese much.
I love it.
Oh, Mick, that pizza that I sent to the group, right? Last night on Messenger.
Yeah.
That looks fucking, I mean, it's weird looking pizza, but I'd try it. Group, right? Last night on Messenger. Where the fuck is it at?
No, weird don't always mean bad.
No, what the fuck is it at? I know I said it.
Better hope not anyway, because I'm pretty weird.
Oh, here it is. I'm going to show this in case Rocky didn't see it last night because I said it pretty late. So
I might not have seen it. I went to bed kind of early.
Italian sub between two pizza crusts right there.
Ooh, that sounds like it might be pretty good.
That's what I was thinking too. That's why I said, "Hey, Mick, you ever had this?" Because it's in Genevieve, New York. So I don't know where Genevieve.
No, that's some crazy new abomination, man. That ain't classic at all. I'm not saying it's going to be bad, but
yeah,
I never heard of it.
Yeah, but I was like, I said that'd be good right there. You know, I had one other one. Oh, Rocky, where's the nearest Crystals to you at?
I don't know.
Because I know Crystals are in North Carolina. Because I follow the Carolina foodie, right? And he'd never had a Crystals burger before. You know, all it is a White Castle just renamed. That's all it is.
Yeah, it looked just like a White Castle, man.
Yeah. Well, that's why they're called White Castle in the South. You know.
Yeah, right.
It's what a lot of people don't, or they forget. You know. But yeah, that fucking pulled pork nuggets I said, y'all, dude, that would be good right there. Oh.
No.
Rocky, you probably didn't see this one, did you? The deer wants to eat too.
Saw that one.
That's funny. But someone somewhere will get offended because
Booty.
Because they wore gray sweatpants or gray. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Someone
Gray something.
Because someone has to get mad at it because someone always has to be scorned. It's the fucking most lamest, pathetic thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. But that would have been even funnier if deer had a tongue out. On it. Where's the nearest Jack in the Box to you?
About maybe 5 miles away.
Little Tate's craving some Jack in the Box, I think.
We got a Jack in the Box in Hickory, bro.
That'll make Little Tate happy.
Got a Jack in the Box just across the highway from me. About 4 minutes away.
I'm looking up Oh fuck, Crystals is fucking okay. Whatever one is Shelby. Where the fuck is that at? Where's Shelby at? North Carolina, Rocky.
What?
Where's Shelby at in North Carolina? Or
Shelby
no,
is like that's where Shelby fucking Cobra comes from.
no. Well, it says Crystals Shelby.
There's a Shelby, North Carolina. It's about maybe 1 or 2 hours away.
Well, Gaffney. No, it's Shelby Highway, Gaffney, South. Oh, South Carolina. What the fuck? Fuck, I figured Crystals. I know they're out there. Yeah, I see the Shelby. I got the map pulled up. That's in South Carolina. Oh, that's closer to fucking Little Tate. Right there. Crystals is.
See, one thing I noticed is, pizza culture. It goes
Yeah.
from pretty much Chicago to New York, a little up, a little down, but mostly that's the line. And you've got, all sorts of different food cultures, barbecue cultures, mainly the South. But the Midwest, they are the OG kings of burger culture.
Well, see, and there's been debate on like who made the first hamburger, right? Was it a guy in 1900 in Connecticut, right? Where he'd steam, put it in there in the steamer, right? Well, or the firebox, right?
Yeah.
But then you got fucking Wisconsin in the battle too. Then you got fucking Texas in there too. On Cattle Drive, right?
See, I'm talking about where it really took off, though.
Yeah. Oh, Midwest, I guess. Well, there's Missouri, Iowa, even Arkansas too. You got some good burger joints. I mean, Kansas got some. They used to. I don't know if they still do or not, but
like there's a guy on YouTube named George Motes. He calls himself the Burger Scholar. It's literally.
I know. I watched him. He's had a show on the History Channel too.
Yeah, and he's got his own place in New York now.
Yeah.
But when you look at whenever he goes on location to be someplace where there's a historical burger, like 7 times out of 10, it's someplace in the Midwest.
Yeah. And look at Oklahoma too. The Onion Burger right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that is one of my favorite burgers right there is the Onion Burger. Because I like onions.
Yeah, me too.
It's fucking simple, fucking a little sloppy at the same time. I mean, real fucking thin. Come on. But like White Castle, fast food, that's my favorite right there. That's my favorite.
I do miss White Castle.
Yeah, I forgot New York had them or has them.
We didn't have them around where I live. I had to go to Chicago
to
find a White Castle.
Good stuff. Shit, when I went to C school, my fucking classmates in that class, they fucking hated me every fucking morning.
Why? What was you doing?
I'd come in fucking hungover almost every day, eating fucking White Castle. So my farts were just fucking. I mean, it'd kill you, And they're like, "One of these days you're gonna shit your pants." And I almost did one time too. Almost did. So I thought it was gonna be, a loud one, right? Talk about that big seat. Rocky, what's your favorite burger place?
Favorite burger place?
Yeah, I know Cali's got some. You got to have somewhere in Cali, right?
It's honestly it's In-N-Out, but after that it's like Tom's Burgers and
well, in North Carolina, it looks like after I started following the North Carolina foodie, right? I started following, dude. It looks like you all got some damn good fucking burger joints in North Carolina too.
We do, man. We got friends. Like we have 2 friends that make burgers. One's called Bubba Mert.
Yeah,
they're really good. He's really good, right? The guy that does it, really good. Smash Burgers.
Yeah.
Another one's called Order Up. This guy makes amazing fucking hamburgers and cheeseburgers and other things, man.
Oh.
Like there's a lot of good food out there, and it's a lot of food trucks, but I think what's happening and why we're having such issues that I have right now is because when COVID happened, food trucks exploded.
Yeah.
Now there's so many food trucks that everything's so saturated. Nobody gets enough business because there's too many people.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and it's hard.
You know what I mean?
And I don't like your food. I know it stands out above everybody else's tacos. I know it has to right there.
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, I'm not cocky about it, but I think we do a good job.
But a lot of time, but now too, after inflation hit, that hurts. That hurts fucking, food trucks, restaurants. That really did.
Yeah, it does.
Because then you had to raise because you got to buy it for a higher price, so you got to charge a little bit more. And some customers, I know they're gonna get pissed off, but they need to understand that's the way it works. When inflation goes up, everything costs more. It's gonna cost a little bit more on shit.
Yeah, it's true. But I think Rocky does have an advantage though, because making a burrito taco
yeah,
is so labor intensive.
Yes.
Most people don't want to commit that kind of time, and so they'll just pay for it.
Yep.
So
Rocky froze. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Mick, on that. That's whew.
Yeah.
24 hours. 24 hours to cook it.
Yeah.
All right, Rocky, switch back to your phone, brother. On it.
Well, it's just you and me again, I guess.
Yeah, what do you got? Oh, another White Claw?
Yeah.
Damn, you must really love them some bitches.
Yeah, they're all right.
White Claw, I've had them. They're not terrible, but I don't know. It's like I always got too full on them if I drink a lot.
See, I don't get as full on these as I get on beer.
See, like when I was drinking Budweiser's, the full body beer.
Yeah.
I'd get full. I would.
Oh, yeah.
But I switched to Natural Light or Bud Light. With Natural Light, pretty much the same thing, just a different name, because Natural Light's the first light beer Budweiser ever made, right? But, I switched to light beer after I started getting migraines from Budweiser after 3. You back, Rocky?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. That's why I said switch to your phone. Fuck it.
It came back. I'm thinking we have to get off soon because it's just not working. I don't know.
That's working. That's why I said switch to your phone. I'm waiting for Thumper to get back, so
Yeah.
hopefully he does get back because he texted me. So, but I know, Rocky, I want to try when we get out there, brother. I want to try that seafood place I sent you, see if it was any good or not. I want to try it because they got fucking fried perch, fucking frog legs. I'm like, fuck yeah.
I think I never had it. You might really like it. Who knows?
Yeah. You never had frog legs, Mick?
No.
Really? But you got to be careful. If you don't cut the legs right, they'll jump out of the pan once you start frying them.
For real?
Yeah, oh, hell yes, they will.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, yeah. I love frog legs, man. Me and Dad, we used to go fucking gigging and shoot them with the 22 short right all the fucking time. Rocky, you ever had frog legs?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
They look good. I just never had occasion to order.
Well, I'm going to call up for that restaurant when we get out there. I'm going to see how they batter it. Because some people use buttermilk brine. And what's in their batter. If I could have them, I'm going to order some, pick it up, and we're going to fucking have. I'm going to see, here you go, Rocky. Here's some fucking frog legs for you, brother. I want to see how they make their hush puppies because I'm a hush puppy junkie.
Yeah.
All it is fucking deep fried cornbread, pretty much, and balls. But some people put milk in there. Some people don't. That's the thing. Good stuff, but yeah, that North Carolina, he's fucking funny. That foodie, he's funny as hell in some of his videos. Hey, Mick, does Maryville wasn't there a fucking in Marysville? Wasn't there a fucking old drive-in there years ago?
Years ago, many years ago. It hasn't been open in a very long time.
I mean, like when we was stationed there, back in the. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. There's like a 1950 style drive-in, if I remember correctly.
You do remember correctly. They also had one down on Cathcart Way in Everett.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they've been closed for quite some time now.
But the first time I ever had. Oh, sorry.
Oh, until you mentioned it, I forgot about it.
But the first time I ever had Jack in the Box was in Everett. First time ever.
Me too.
Because
I
here,
saw that place so quick. Oh, loved it.
Well, here in Missouri, there was one, but it was in closer to St. Louis, and that was it.
Wow.
Yeah, when we went to St. Louis to the ball games, I tried to ask Dad, dude, we can try Jack in the Box. We never ate there. Dad goes, fuck that place. Dad goes, we're fucking getting White House, boy.
Huh.
Shit, we would get fucking, we would order over 100 of them, on the way. We'd go there and eat at the restaurant, right? We'd get our fill, go to the ball game, right? On the way back, we would get over 100 of them on the first, take them home. Every time. And then time we got back home after a 2-hour car ride, we only had 50 left.
Yep.
That's between me, my dad, and my brother. And my mom, how fucking hated this too. Next day.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do. Yeah. When you got a hangover, though, nothing better.
Oh, man. Well, that's what we talked about the Jack in the Box tacos, too. Fucking hangover food or drunk food.
Dude,
perfect.
There is nothing more disgusting and more delicious all at the same time than a Jack in the Box taco.
Yep.
But they're good.
I know. They're
They're
good.
They're so good.
That grease coming off of them, right? Oh, my God. Fucking greasy. Fuck yeah.
When I had a hangover, man, because they were $2 for $1, so I'd get $2 worth of tacos. I'd get 4 of those tacos, and I'd get like 2 of their little chicken sandwiches, and that would be like the hangover cure.
Yep. Well, it's just like Tijuana come back all drunk right before we crossed. I called the shit bridge, right?
The little taco shack.
Taco stand, yeah, man. Fucking what was it? Fucking $5 for $1 or something like that at that time.
Yep.
Dude, I would get like fucking orders like fucking 10, 15 of those motherfuckers.
Yeah, they were good.
Oh my God. And then they didn't even have no fucking. They're like, you want some sauce? I said, no, I don't. They're good without it.
Oh.
And it wasn't fucking ground meat. It was fucking steak, sliced steak. That's what I loved about it.
Yeah, it was good food, man.
I don't know if it was cow or not, but
probably not.
But who knows? But yeah, I mean, dude, I like coming back home, right? Everybody's like, well, we're going to eat Mexican. I'm like, fuck. They're like, what? I said, this ain't fucking real Mexican. I'm here to tell you. This is Americanized Mexican.
Yeah.
So like last night, I was watching a fucking on Hulu show about, this lady, she's a cookbook author, right? But travels around and like different areas in the U.S. and around the world, talk about the culture of the food, right?
Yeah.
They did El Paso, right? How it's right there by Juarez, right? How on the border. And the burritos, right? Dude, those fucking burritos, I'm like, now that's a fucking real burrito right there.
Yeah, I remember one time we were down in Acapulco, and I ordered a quesadilla. And they gave me this quesadilla, man, with this really crispy flour tortilla. Cheese was super gooey, and they put a verde sauce on it that I could only guess was tomatillo, habanero, and jalapeno, because that fucker was hot. Like, I wasn't like into hot food so much at that time. So I took a couple of bites of that, and I'm like, holy shit. Drank half a beer. But then I kept eating it because it didn't matter how painful it was. That shit was delicious.
Now, I did piss off some people on Port Verde on that same cruise. Went and got a quesadilla, It was, and I was like, I see ketchup right on the table.
Oh, you're shitting me.
I fucking started dipping in ketchup. Boy, those fucking Mexicans, boy, they didn't like that at all.
I'm surprised you didn't wind up with a Colombian necktie.
Well,
Fucking gross.
I knew that Hodges would say that. Rocky, what was your favorite place? What was your favorite port 98 in Mexico to eat at?
I don't remember. I was drunk the whole time.
I know I was too, but now Cabo, I would love to go back.
I don't remember, dude. That was like what, 27 years ago? I don't remember.
Now, I would love to go.
Cabo was the most fun, but Acapulco had the best food.
See, I thought the food Port of Arne was a little better than
I just
Acapulco.
remember we found out like we made third class or whatever, and I was
Yep.
at Senor Frogs.
Yep.
Partying it up, and I have some pictures of that shit.
Yep. But I mean, I loved Acapulco. I liked Acapulco, but now I like to go back to Cabo because all the food scene now has blown up since we've been there.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, 25 years.
Oh fuck yeah, it looks different, way different now. You know,
Is that small town kind of charm gone out of it?
it looks like it's still there. I don't know because I ain't been back, but like, because I watched Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, right?
Yeah.
And he did episodes down there about the food now, and dude, I mean, it's totally not totally different, but it's bigger now.
Yeah, I liked the thing I liked about Cabo was the sort of the open air cafes, like on the cliffs by the water. You know,
Yeah, sure.
like that was my favorite part of it. That kind of
Those are still there.
You know?
Those are still there too.
Yeah, it was dark because it was nighttime.
Yep.
But it was still warm. And they had the Christmas lights up. You know, the outdoor
Yep.
lighting. It was just a really cool environment to just kind of hang out and have a few drinks.
Oh yeah, you know, but and the Cabo Wabo has gotten bigger too.
Oh, Sammy expanded it.
Yes, it's not. It doesn't look the same from the outside because I've seen it because him and Guy are real good friends. They had their own tequila together, right?
Yeah.
And it looks bigger now.
Okay. Well, that was one hell of a party.
A lot of people forget that's where Sammy Hagar moved to.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
Well, you remember that cruise we caught his Christmas bash at Cabo Wabo?
Yeah.
Yeah. He lives there. He's like,
yeah. So it's like, can't remember who it was. Someone we served. I might have been Cav. He went on a cruise. They went to Cabo San Lucas and all that shit, right? I said, "You go to Cabo Wabo?" He said, "Yeah, I went there." I said, "Was Sammy there playing?" He said, "No, not this time." You know. But he ended. But he only. That's one thing I don't like about a cruise. You only got so many days in that one port, or a few hours.
Yeah, I remember in French New Caledonia, we were there for like 4.5 hours.
Yep.
Yep. Go out, get yourself something to eat, take some pictures, get some souvenirs, and get the fuck back on the boat.
Fuck, we did. Yeah, I mean, and some of us we had to refuel first.
Yeah. We
that was,
leave right away.
Well, I was part of that too. I got lumped into that too. I was like, God damn it!
I never got when it was short stays. I never got to go out.
Now we did. I mean, I got to go up, but I was on for like 2 hours. I mean, that was max. That was it.
I had to give people money to buy me stuff because I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't get out.
Just
that's a privilege of spending 2 years in Great Lakes.
Yep. That's like when I went to Seychelles on the Laboon after we left the Persian Gulf, went down to Seychelles, and that fucking goddamn, we had to refuel. They had the smallest fucking trucks too. I mean, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Worse than Guatemala?
Guatemala fucking sucked.
I wasn't there for Guatemala.
Guatemala fucking sucked using goddamn whiz bang and fucking trucks.
Yeah. That's what Seychelles was too.
God, that sucked.
But luckily, we didn't have to bring all fucking. We was only half full, right?
Oh, we were fucking empty.
Luckily, we wasn't fucking empty because I only got.
We were.
It took us all day, and I got to go out at nighttime to see the nightlife, and then next day we were gone.
Yeah, we were fucking empty in fucking Guatemala.
Yeah.
It took like 2 days almost to fucking
yep.
refuel.
Yeah, because that was the last crack pack in the, what, 02 that y'all did?
Yeah,
Yep.
right
Last
before
crack.
decom.
Yep.
Because I was already I was in C school at that time, or I was already might have been out of C school, but I was it was either C school or Virginia at that time.
Yeah, because I flew out of Panama.
If I would have known they was going to do the crack pack, I probably would have said, "Can I extend?"
Right?
You know, because that fucking, if I knew it was on decom too, I definitely would. No, I don't want I don't have to have C school. Just let me extend here. Then I'll go shore duty. You know, because really that C school don't get you nothing in the civilian world. You know, engine change out. You know, for that 4126 and that 4124 for, you know, DD, CGs, DDGs, right? Frigates.
Yeah.
That don't mean shit in the civilian world right there.
Nope.
Which sucks on that shit for people that's a gas turbine mechanic trying to get him being like a rep for GE. Because when I applied, I had the interview, they were like, well, we ain't hired because you don't have an engineering degree. I said, why'd you give me the fucking interview? Play simple. You knew but you got the experience. I said, yeah. Some of your best people, you'll get out of the fucking Navy. I said, those guys come straight out of college, they ain't gonna know shit. It would be a tech rep like Wade Afke was flying out to the fucking ships, right, where they had a problem. I said, you want somebody that's been on those fucking ships that's got the experience and all that bullshit. You know?
Yeah, this whole credentialism thing is kind of getting old, man. They're passing over guys that know exactly what the hell they're doing for people that kind of know what they're doing in theory.
And that's the problem, because that's at that time, that's what you got to have a college education for everything, right? Just a degree. It doesn't have to be as long as you got a degree, you know. And so, hell, even the power plant I worked at, they were starting to go that route. You had to have a fucking degree in something to get hired on, even as a fucking laborer.
I remember that stupid shit in the fucking Navy.
Yeah,
It was Admiral fucking Mullen and that Master Chief. I forget his fucking name. And then there was Master Chief Campa became the MCPON after that in like 2007. And he like fucking like changed everything to make it better. And then he retired in 2008.
Yep.
He was I think he was a HMC that became a Master Chief and became a Command Master Chief and became the MCPON. And he was the one that said, no, you don't need to go to college to make chief. Because if you're going to make chief petty officer, why in the fuck are you going to listen to someone that's an officer, that's an ensign, that has a bachelor's degree when you've lived twice as fucking long as them?
Yep.
Are they really going to know that much about the fucking Navy?
No.
Are they really going to know about that much of life? Probably not.
Well, that's like the old DCA, right? You know, Stewart, then he became ops, right? After he came back. Yeah. See, he was enlisted first, but he was an FC first. You know, and then he was DCA, one of the best officers ever because he was enlisted. He knew that shit on it and stuff. But we had some officers coming in straight out of fucking academy. They're like, I know this job better than you know. You don't, motherfucker. Not all these issues. No, you don't. You know, you don't know this shit better than the motherfuckers that's been drenched on them and operating them. You know, because who was, I can't remember his name. Fucking got there. Wasn't Sellersburg. Sellersburg's a pretty good officer, I thought.
Yeah, but I thought so too.
But it was after him, right after him, I think, or somebody came down to Main One when I got switched to Main One. Came down trying to tell me that I was doing something wrong. I told him, guys, get the fuck out of my engine room, motherfucker. Don't come back. And that's when T-Bolt came down there, Jason. Eagle Gilly can't do it. I said, fuck that son of a bitch. I said, I got 10 times more experience that motherfucker ever will have. I said, just because he's an officer don't mean shit down here. You know, I said, because the best officers will never tell the guys how to do their fucking job. Period.
See, Chief Tebow had his hands full between you and me, pretty much.
Well, mainly you. I was so bad on that one. You know.
But I like Chief Tebow. He's a cool dude.
But Chief Tebow had to come in between me and Bittner one day. This is when we was in the shipyards in Seattle. It was wet dock there.
Yeah, the Todd Shipyard.
Because he told me, he said, All right. He said, Gilly, he said, we get this boiler put back together tonight. Whoever don't have duty don't have to come in the next day because it's going to be late time y'all get it put back together. And I said, okay, that's fine. We got put back together about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, right? And at quarters next day because I had duty, so I was already there. So he goes, where the fuck is little Tate? Fucking, Tom. I was like, look, motherfucker, you told him if we got put back together, they'd have to come in. There's only the person on duty, and that's me. He blew his shit, and I fucking went after him. T-Bone fucking Ureta, right? They're like, Gilly, calm down. I said, no, fuck that motherfucker. They wouldn't even let me in the log. They wouldn't even let me in the log room with fucking Bender at all.
I remember that
because they took Bender down there to the log room with everybody, Che, everybody. Fucking, I tried to come in. They're like, no, get out, stay out. Because they knew I was still pissed. I would have done fucking argue with that motherfucker. So they called little Tate up. Little Tate goes, yeah, that's what the motherfucker said. I saw what me and Bender, but after that, Bender didn't fuck with us no more either. After that,
I was in the oil lab when he was taken into the log room, and there was a lot of yelling in that log room.
Oh yeah,
there was a lot of yelling.
That stuff. And I was on E4 at the time, so I guess they didn't want me in there seeing them chew out in E6 too. But they knew I was still pissed off about it. And that's the maddest I'd ever gotten on 5 ever, right there. Just don't go back on your fucking word what the fuck you told us, right there. That's what pissed me off. He went back on his fucking word, trying to say he never said that. But Bender
I do hate that.
But Bender was a special case. Anybody, no one really liked the motherfucker, anyways. Except for Gary. Except for Gary. That's why those two was always Liberty buddies, right?
Yep.
Good stuff. But Rocky, you froze?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. So you wasn't blinking. I was like,
I'm listening. I'm watching and listening to you guys, man.
All right. We talked about this earlier. We used Gone Thumper. Favorite burger joint.
Ooh.
Favorite. Not made right, but burger.
No. Burger.
Yes.
Because I don't think made rights are burgers.
I know.
So favorite burger joint. Holy shit. That's a tough one. Like, are you talking national chain or just?
It could be local or national chain.
So, like, if I'm going to go national chain,
yep,
it's ultimately going to come down. It's going to be In-N-Out for national chain, or regional chain. I'll say because that's not national.
Yeah,
that's regional.
National would be Freddy's.
Freddy's?
Freddy's.
Okay.
And then, right behind that one is obviously going to be the Culver's. Because they cook them very similar. And then local would be Boozy's here. It's a local bar, but they have the Boozy burger, and it's so fucking good. They have their own sauce, and they have what's called a lick eye burger, and it's the same burger, the Boozy burger, but it's on Texas garlic toast instead of a bun.
Yeah. You know what's funny though? There's a bar in Columbia. It's not the same name, but it's very close to it, similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Boozy's in the Quad Cities here, where I live. There's 5 cities, even though it's called the Quad Cities because they added another fucking offshoot city. But it gets the best burger every year, and it's been that way since probably the fucking 70s. It's in a really old fucking building from the 1800s. It used to be a German brewery back in the pioneer days.
Yep.
And it's fucking awesome. Really good. You can buy their sauce. I can buy their sauce from them. And then you can kind of make your own burgers and shit like that. But I would say for national, I would say Freddy's because I like the fry sauce, the jalapeno, and they have a smoked one too that I like putting on the burger. And then for regional, I would say White Castle. Well, fuck White Castle or In-N-Out, but I love In-N-Out. So I like my 4x4 with animal style fries. I'll never give that up.
Yeah, Kansas City is trying to get In-N-Out to come to Kansas City because Andy Reid loves In-N-Out.
Yeah.
You know, head coach for
That
the
would be
Chiefs.
worth the drive because right now the closest one's in Texas. And I mean that's a fucking that's a drive, dude. And trust me, I've thought about taking that drive numerous times. I'm like, oh, I got a week. I don't have my kid. Why not?
Yeah. Well, see, the reason why people try to get In-N-Out to come there because that when they go to California to play, right, that's where Eddie Reed goes for his burger. Only place he goes to. But since Whataburger has a couple locations in the Kansas City area because of Patrick Mahomes, right? So people thought maybe since Andy Reid fucking likes it so much, they'll fucking come here. But Patrick Mahomes partnered with somebody in a franchise to bring it to Kansas City.
See, I like Whataburger, but they've gone downhill a lot. I will never eat at a Wahlburg. I don't like their meat and stuff. And they partnered with Hy-Vee. And so like in Hy-Vee they have Wahlburger.
Not anymore, they don't.
I don't like them. Because they use Hy-Vee's meat, and I don't like Hy-Vee's meat.
Well, see, I've had Whataburger when they partnered with Hy-Vee because they was all in the food court and the ones that clubbed it, right? And I mean, they was okay, but they weren't the greatest, you know.
Yeah, I think for national chain, I would say it's probably going to be Freddy's because I like that smash burger style, you know.
I mean, Freddy's is okay, but I like Steak and Shake better than Freddy's.
See, and here's the thing is I haven't been to a Steak and Shake in 10 years because the ones here, they always had to hire armed guards at night. And it was just, no, seriously, they had armed, because I know the guy that owned the security company because I put him in the Army when I was a recruiter, and he got out and he made his own security company. They're armed, and they stand there with fucking Glocks on their side, and they stand inside fucking Steak and Shake at night.
Sounds like St. Louis area.
The one
it's like
on
a
the west
Waffle
side,
House in Atlanta.
The one on the west side got so bad they closed it. So we only have one Steak and Shake now, and now that they've gone back to tallow, I might try them. But Freddy's to me is, I think, better than Steak and Shake.
Yep.
I do like Steak and Shake's string fries, like their shoestring fries.
Oh yeah,
I do like that.
I wish
Freddy's is getting close. I mean, they're close to that. You know what
I mean? But I wish, like, when you buy the French fry cutter, right? You know, for home use.
You can. Make
I
them
wish
small.
they had that smallest setting like Steak and Shake, right? But they don't. I'm like, I mean, they get close to McDonald's fries the size of them, right? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Give us another fucking thing. Go smaller. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I like the shoestrings.
Oh,
see, my ex-wife, or my soon-to-be ex-wife, she didn't like Steak and Shake, so we never ate there.
Yeah.
Like, in 10 years, I haven't had Steak and Shake.
See, I would always, I would get fucking 2 orders of just fries on a plate, 2 orders of that.
Yeah.
I say, I want the 2 orders on a big old plate. I said, I want my burger on a smaller plate. Yeah, they're like, what? I said, yes, I want fucking 2 orders, but it has to be on a plate. So I'd douse them with ketchup, and I'd eat that whole fucking thing.
See, and that's another thing too, is they're one of the only few places that use the pepper vinegar.
Yeah.
Like the pepper sauce, There is I will tell you, there is a fucking restaurant here in town. It's just one. It's locally owned. They're from Macedonia, and it's called Hickory Gardens, and they have some of the best French fries I have ever fucking had. Like,
better. Do you remember Zips growing up, Thumper?
Yeah.
Better than their fries?
Yes.
Because I love Zips fries because that season they put on, I love that.
These are it has to do with the breading that they use. Dude, or not breading, but there's a little bit of a breading to them. It's weird. They're so fucking crispy and pillowy on the inside, crispy on the outside. And I'm a big, like, everybody in my family, like when I was married, all 4 kids and my wife, they would all, at the end of dinner, they would hand me all of the crispiest parts of their fries because I would eat them because I love crispy fucking fries.
Yep.
Like double fried or triple fried fries are my thing. Like that's my jam. I love crispy fucking fries. And they have some of the best fucking fries and best tasting fries I've had anywhere in the world. And I've been to a lot of fucking places in the world.
Best fries I ever had from a fast food place was a place called Rally's up in Chicago.
Rally's is good. I mean, they
What,
are
is it?
good.
Is it Rally's like the fast food place?
Yeah.
Oh, so like Sonic and Rally's. Okay.
Yeah, they're almost the same. It seems like Sonic and Rallies are almost the
No,
same.
They are the
No,
same.
no,
Same
no.
com-
Checkers
Oh, no,
and
no, no.
Rally's.
Checkers and is it Checkers and
Checkers and
Sonic or
Rallies.
is it Checkers and Rallies? Those are the
Checkers,
same, yeah.
checkers, and Rallies.
Yeah.
But
Sonic
like,
is
they had
separate.
they've had these seasoned, almost batter dipped fries, man.
Yep.
And like you said, crunchy on the outside, pillowy on the inside. I mean, like just the best fast food fries I've ever had. I miss Rally's
Yeah.
so badly.
We have Checkers here. We don't have the Rallies. We have Checkers. We have Checkers and then we have a Sonic.
Okay. Yeah, we just got a Sonic over here.
The thing is about Sonic is the one here, they actually fucking closed the drive up. So you can only go do drive through, so they don't have car hops anymore. Here.
Really?
I don't know why.
We still got car hops here, but most people don't use them. They use the drive-through now. But some people still do.
It's been that way, I think, and I think it had to do with fucking COVID, stupid bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the best place in Columbia, Missouri, to get a burger right here. Bugs Up. Right there. That motherfucker sells some of the best ones in the state right there. You know.
Mugs up, huh?
Yep. And their
Well, it
fucking
looks like the sort of joint that would have the best food.
and their root beer is fucking outstanding. But you don't want to look inside that stand though. It ain't always the cleanest. But they've been
Yeah.
operating since fucking 1955.
Like them tacos in Tijuana were any better? Come on.
Yeah. But they're known for their chili too, like the chili burgers.
Yeah.
But I'll still take a White Castle over that kind of. So
Yeah, it's a stretch for me to say to not put White Castle at number 1.
yeah.
But if you're talking just a whole ass burger, like
Yeah.
one burger,
Oh,
I
yeah.
gotta go with In-N-Out. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Well, it's
But-
like,
I mean, White Castle's right there on their fucking heels.
yeah. But you know what? I looked up like when did Zips close in the Midwest, right? It's not even bringing it up. They're bringing Zips Drive-In out in fucking Washington State.
Huh.
You know,
I never heard of it.
well, it was only in the Midwest, I think. It was called
Yeah.
Zips.
It was like
Yeah.
3 states.
Now, the fries to me was the best thing they had on the menu. The burgers tasted a little funky because it did. I don't know if it's seasoned on those burgers or what, or if they use the same season on the fries and burgers. It just didn't meld right with the burgers. But the fries, shit, hands down. I mean, those are better than Rally's, you know. But Sonic, their best thing, I think, is their tater tots.
I've only ever had Sonic once, and that was a couple of years ago when I drove my boy down to Arizona. It was really good. I wasn't disappointed at all.
Yep.
See, I don't like their tater tots because I'm spoiled with Taco John's.
Yeah, but just
I
Taco
can't-
John's, they put that all season. I call it fucking crack season. That's what I call it.
It's a
But
seasoning
those-
salt. Yeah.
But those are crispy rounds. What those are, just like Hardy. Same thing as Hardy, but Taco John's fucking seasoned them a hell of a lot better than Hardy's ever did.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't eat tater tots much unless I go to fucking Taco John's
Well,
and I get
when I buy tater tots at Walmart, you know, River is very specific. He goes, Dad, you gotta get the Sonic tater tots. Because those already come salty. You don't need to add no more salt to those motherfuckers at all.
see.
Oh wait,
I
you're
get-
talking about? Oh, okay. You're talking
get
about
the
Sonic. I'm
Checkers-
sorry. When I
I
went
get
to
the
Cali, I went
Checkers-
to
oh,
In-N-Out
sorry.
for the first time.
the what?
Oh yeah, when I went to Cali, I went to In-N-Out for the first time, not Sonic. I got that mistaken.
Oh, yeah,
Anyway.
I love In-N-Out, but I get the Checkers French fries in the bags, and then you throw those in the oven and you crisp them up like a motherfucker. Those are good too, because then you don't have to do shit to those, but put ketchup on them.
Yeah, we got them here.
Yeah.
But yeah, In-N-Out is a staple. When I go out west, I have to have In-N-Out and Del Taco. Those are the two fucking things I have to have. And if I'm in Cali and I'll go out in Southern Cali, I'll go to an El Pollo Loco. But you know, that's not anywhere on my list. I'll go, but I have to hit In-N-Out at multiple times.
That was the best thing about steaming down to San Diego was the fucking Del Taco on base.
Yes.
That's the only place I could get it.
You know what's funny though? Del Taco is 100 times better than Taco Bell for fast food, right?
100
Taco.
times.
Yep.
I don't know why they never really expanded to fucking take on Taco Bell. Because they would have crushed Taco Bell at a heartbeat.
Well, they were way better.
Yeah, their vegetables are all fresh.
Yeah.
You know?
So I tell people that, like, when I came home, we're going to Taco Bell. I said, again, motherfucker, Jesus Christ. I said, we call that toxic hell. I said, if you want a good, fast fucking burrito or taco, fast food style, good Del Taco. Like, where's that? I said, out San Diego. Telling you. And I said, if you ever have that, you will never want Taco Bell ever fucking again.
And they've actually got a Del Taco in Washington, but it's all the way down in Federal Way, like a couple hours south of me. Yeah. So I might as well be in California.
I always got the only thing I ever got there because I loved it so much was the 1 pound burrito.
Yeah.
And I'd eat 2 or 3 before we went to Tijuana all the time. You know? Well, because I knew I was going to be drinking tequila, so you got to have something in your belly to drink that shit.
Yeah, do.
So I made that mistake in 98 in Acapulco, not eating, but drinking straight tequila all fucking day and all night. Never do that again.
Goodbye, stomach lining.
I miss going to fucking like In-N-Out and Del Taco and stuff.
Yep.
Like I want to go back to Cali so bad, like to my ex-wife's family, and hang out down there and spend like a week or 2 down there and just fucking just be able to do what I want to do, because we never did what I wanted to do when we went there. So now I can, because they're more than happy to have me and my son there.
Yep.
So.
But I mean, that's just the way it goes. When you're married, sometimes you don't get to. You got to do what she wants to do. Sometimes,
dude, it wasn't sometimes. It was all the time. Unfortunately,
that's a hard no for me, man.
I lost a lot of stuff that I wanted to do, and I was, vetoed a bunch of stuff. So it's time now to do what we want to do, Landon and I. So we've been talking to her dad and stepmom, and we've been talking to her brothers, and we're going to be going back to Utah and back to Texas and stuff like that to hang out with them too and do some fun shit. So,
well, boys, it's 8:07.
Gosh,
we probably need to get off. It's been close to 3 hours, I think.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, close, but not quite 3 hours yet.
I wish little Tate was here, but I know he's doing some homework and all.
Yep.
Yeah.
He is bettering himself and he's doing self-improvement, so there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, he's got clothes. This is his closeout week.
Yeah. Well, still going to college, getting an education, all that, it's self-improvement. It's
good.
Yeah.
Well, hell, you might as well use that GI Bill if you got it, because they pay you to go to school is what they do, basically.
Check this shit out, dude. My wife somehow found out that if you take like 4 courses at MIT, they give you a certificate that you're a fucking pirate.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that one.
Like what? Like Heidi's like, you should do that. I'm like, I've actually thought about it.
What's the courses?
I think one is like sailing,
marksmanship,
bow and arrow.
Yeah.
And then something else. Probably like seamanship.
Like navigation or something.
Navigation, seamanship, stuff like that, right? So, dude, We could all just become pirates.
How the fuck you gonna do that online?
I don't know.
But we'll figure it out.
You'll have to like
But
tie
I
a
think
rope.
they
You'll have
they
to tie a
accept
knot
the
in front of the
they
camera.
accept the GI Bill, dude. They accept
Garsh,
the GI Bill.
Casey.
So
I already used mine.
I never paid the $1,200. Had that $100 every 2 weeks come out. I never did that.
I used mine. Well, I paid it and then I converted it over to the post 9/11, but then I fucking lost my $1,200. They never gave me it back.
Now I wonder what each course costs for the pirate one. That's what I want to know.
yeah, I know.
Because if it's cheap enough, pay out of pocket, and I can do it all online, except for
Yeah.
being in the boat, I'm good. Just all right, Rocky, bring us out, brother.
Okay. Let me fix the audio real quick. Hey, it's been a good one, guys, and I'm sorry that my internet died like
Don't be sorry, shit.
a gazillion, bajillion times. It's like I want a gazillion, bajillion dollars. You know, like,
Ain't your fault, buddy.
huh?
Well, just tell those fucking
That
those
ain't your
fucking
fault, man.
just tell those fucking hillbillies out in that area to fucking put it in right next time. There you go.
I don't think it's that. I think it's something else. Because in where I'm at, we've had cities losing power. Like electrical substations have been going down.
That's pre-planned.
Exactly.
That's
So it's making me
pre-planned.
think that everything that's going on, whether we are in a small town or a big town or a big city or a state or a nation or whatever, someone is choreographing that fucking crap.
Seems
It's
likely.
so detailed. Only the person on top knows everything that's going on, but they've directed other teams and other units or whatever to fucking do it.
They're going to try to turn North Carolina into Cali.
They are. They're trying. And they're probably going to fail because North Carolina is not California. It's
Yep.
not the same weather.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyways, as I talk like Mr. Krabs again, I'm dinging us out. Fifers departing. There you go.